Hello, hello, hello. Okay, we're good? We're good? I think we're good. We're good. Good. Did I turn the light on? I did not turn the light on. 1 second. I forgot to turn the light on. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing? Is that light on? Nope. Why aren't you? Oh. Shoot. You plug in there. Are you good now? No, where's the power? Oh! Fun fact, lights work better when you actually plug them in. There we go. Now we have some light. There we go. Lock my ISO because I forgot. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? Everything's kind of a mess right now. Straight up, everything's a mess right now. I shouldn't be streaming, but I am. How's everyone doing? I am violating doctor's orders to be here right now. How's everyone doing today? How y'all doing today? Everyone good? We've got nice, easy peasy, simple stream today. We're just gonna unbox a printer. We got the FlashForge Adventurer 5M Pro. I've been wanting to get this printer in my hands for a bit. They reached out a long time ago when this, like, the Adventurer 5M came out, and at first I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pass because it's another enclosed Core XY. Like, let's be honest, the market, these are the V-wheel bed flingers of the current market. But you know what? I've had a lot of people reach out, or not reach out, but just in conversation with people. A lot of people really like these machines. They're very, let me pull it up here. I think this is what sells it. Adventurer 5M FlashForge. So this is the Pro version. This is the Pro version, but they also have a standard version. Let's pull it up. Yeah, it's 3D printers. Oh, it's prices in Canada. How do I put the price in American for the Yankee Doodle audience? They have an Adventurer 5M and a 5M Pro. The 5M is like regularly like $299, I want to say. I have the Pro version. Yeah, this whole save. Yeah, that's not right. Let me see here. Amazon.com. FlashForge. Yeah. So right now, like, okay, so it's $379 right now for the 5M, and the Pro is $599. I think it's less. They routinely go on sale. Doctor's orders. I'm not supposed to lift stuff. I'm not supposed to lift stuff. For those that are wondering what happened with stream yesterday, instead of having a fun stream yesterday where we were going to unbox this, I got to sit in a hospital for, I don't know, an hour or so. Don't worry, it was a scheduled, non-critical, optional surgery. It's nothing serious. Everything is good. If you're curious as to what kind of surgery it was, it's of the that variety. So yeah, that's yeah. So if you're wondering why I'm not moving a lot, 1 second. Let me pull this up here. Let me just find, I've got a very good reference here that should help educate you as to what things currently feel like. Yeah, I hope that gets across. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the stream goes today. Yeah. Speaking of, in the meantime, yes, we're going to get to the FlashForge 5M. Another printer showed up yesterday. One I can't talk about yet. But I don't know about you. A machine that can do that. This is how it was printed. This is not, this isn't like some fancy full control XYZ thing. This is an actual, like, load the STL, slice it in the slicer. This is how it came out. That's the overhang. There's the bottom. This is PLA. Any machine that could do that and that doesn't sound like a a blowimatron, or somebody has a leaf blower in my room and can do a sub 15-minute benchy, I'm impressed. And I think you'll be impressed too, because I don't think you know what it is. But we'll find out at some point in the future. But for now, that's that. Also, here's another test. Look how clean the bottoms are. Look how clean the bottoms are. That's not bad. That's not bad. For a machine that doesn't sound like a blowimatron. Oh yeah, I got that. That's going. So yeah, so no heavy lifting. So I've already got this up on the desk. I came home last night to like 5 different boxes on my front desk or front door. And it's like, oh, I got to get these inside. That sucks. No play. Yeah, frozen peas. Yeah, frozen peas are your friend. Painkillers are your friend. It feels awkward. That's what I'm going to say. If for those wondering, it feels like somebody kicked me there like 2 hours ago. That's what it feels like. So when's the NDA going to lift? I would tell you, but that's NDA'd. Or is it NDA'd? Or guess what? Am I just messing with you, and I just printed those on a Voron and I'm just having some fun because I'm all loopy on pain medication? I don't know. Buy some gamer subs. Use code Canuck. Save 10% off your order. Okay. So back to the FlashForge Adventurer 5M. So FlashForge reached out to me literally on like Tuesday. And they're like, hey, so we got, do you want to take a look at the printer? And I'm like, you know what? Yes, I will. Because I've heard a lot of people say good things about it. I know somebody that literally cleared out, they have like 40 of these. I'm not going to say who, but I know somebody who's running a print farm where they had a bunch of Bamboo P1 series, and they had a bunch of Creality K1 series. They were printing mostly PLA and PETG, so open air was fine. They got rid of their entire, like, all their printers and replaced them all with Adventurer 5Ms because they were such a good bang for the buck, and they just worked and did exactly what they needed to do for under 300 bucks. So after I heard that, I'm like, okay, I want to take a look at this printer. And they reached out again, and they're like, hey, we want to send you a printer. We have the Adventurer 5M and the 5M Pro. So the problem is, a lot of these companies are obviously overseas, so it's like 12-hour time difference. So I get their email at like 11 o'clock at night, and then like I reply and go to bed, and I don't get the reply to the next day. So they're like, hey, do you want the 5M or the 5M Pro? And honestly, I asked for the base model. And so I woke up the next day, I'm like, oh, hey, actually, I'll take the base model. I don't want the Pro version. Because I've had so many people tell me that the base model is such a good value. I want the base model. I don't want the Pro model. And then so I sent them that email. I replied, I'm like, hey, just send me the base model. And they're like, oh shoot, we already sent you the Pro because we assumed you'd want the Pro. And it'll be there tomorrow. And it already showed up. So yeah, the first good point, shipping is really quick. I think they just shipped it through Amazon though, that's why. It does run Clipper. Let's see, what do we got in here? So we got the after sales service manual. So yeah, so usual YouTube disclosure, we'll do that. They sent me this printer free of charge. I haven't signed a contract. Words and opinions are my own. Blah, 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 blah. Obviously this is live, and so I'm not being influenced. And for them right now, it's 6:30 in the morning, so I highly doubt they're watching. But 300 on Amazon right now. Well, there you go. So it's got a pretty basic manual. We'll go through the manual as we set it up. I'm gonna cut the box open. Normally I would pull it out of the box, but I'm not supposed to lift stuff, so I'm gonna try and not lift stuff. So we'll see how this goes. It's shipped by the people, it's protected by the People's Insurance Company of China. That's cool. I have no idea what that means. Is this Clipper but lockdown? I have no idea. I have no idea. I honestly haven't looked into it much at all. Apparently, if I remember correctly, either it's unlock Clipper or you can easily unlock Clipper, kind of like how you can do on the Crealities. So I'm not too concerned about its version of, as long as you can SSH into it, you could do whatever you want with Clipper with it, pretty much. Unlike the FL Sun, where they lock you out of their Clipper install now. They've removed SSH functionality, which I really don't approve of. But we'll find out. So today's stream, because I have to take it easy, and we'll see how long the pain meds last. Worst comes to worst, I do have whiskey still. That's also why I started early today. So worst comes to worst, we're going to see how far we get. Today, I just want to get it out and get it printing, and we'll see. And then probably, I don't know, a future stream, we'll do another deep dive after I get some hours on it. Remember, kids, cut towards yourself, not away. You want to see where the knife is going. I probably could have just cut the bottom off and lifted it up, but... Oh, by the way, merch is mostly up to date in the merch store. So if you want to get a hat or something, I've gone through, I've updated the merch store. It's got the new logos. I've gone and put the proper high resolution images. So yeah, pain meds and whiskey. Apparently my doctor was telling me, he's like, when you take pain medication, have a coffee with it, because it makes your body absorb it quicker. Like it basically triggers your body to absorb the ibuprofen or whatever quicker. I'm like, oh, okay. So obviously there's nothing else in the box but the printer. So in terms of like, where is everything? I'm hoping it's all in the printer, but we'll find out. You can even buy caffeinated tow. I did not know that. I've never seen caffeinated tow. I don't know if it's a thing in Canada. Because that's another thing I gotta, like, I'm in Canada, eh? So a lot of the times stuff that is normal for you may not be here, kind of thing. Okay, let's take a look-see-loo here. It's not bad. You're in Montreal. Oh, okay. Well, tabarnak, omelette du fromage, pamplemousse, bibliothèque to yourself, too. Cheese and wine. Okay, so it's good to see that they did Uncle Jesse proof it, but I think the panels are plastic too. So the biggest difference, let me pull up the email they sent me, because they sent me an email. It's got like the bullet points between the two versions. More starred. There we go. Where is the email? Where is the email? Gotta try and find the, there we go. I'm done with that. Open the PNG. Okay. Okay, so if you want to know the difference between the two different versions, because there's the 5M and the 5M Pro. Here. So your price difference between the two is about $200 difference. For $200, you get an enclosure. The printer's enclosed now versus not enclosed. You also get a chamber fan, an air filter, and it could do more filaments because it's enclosed. And it's got more silent printing, remote video monitoring supported. I don't know if it comes with a camera or if it's like, oh, you can put a camera in. But the big thing, in my opinion, that you get is the extra cooling, the filter, and the enclosure itself. So if you're like outfitting a print farm and you're like going to be planning on PLA and PETG, go with the base model, because it looks like functionally, there's really, at the end of the day, in terms of the print that comes out of the machine, there's going to be no big difference between the Pro and the base. It's just, this is enclosed. So personally, I'm a fan, if you only get one printer, get an enclosed printer, because you don't need an enclosure until the day you have it, or until the day you need it. But if you're outfitting like you're getting a bunch of printers, then it makes more sense to start looking, more into what your use case is. So. I remember my snip definitely weird the first day or two, but went back to normal. Yeah, it's not, honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It just feels very weird. It honestly feels like tugging. And also, apparently this is a thing, because we were talking about this in one of the Discords I'm in. For the Europeans, for North Americans, it's very normal for guys to talk about it. I don't know if it's just because I worked at a tool shop before this, and my dad was in, worked at Fords, and it's always been very normal for guys I know to talk about getting snipped. That's like a normal thing here. It's like, because hey guys, I'll be gone. I got 3 days off work. I got snipped. It's common. It's open. People talk about it. But I had some Europeans are like, oh, what are you talking about? Why are you telling people that? I'm like, what? You guys don't. It's a thing here. We just talk about it. I don't know. So I don't know if it's a regional thing or because a North American thing, a Canadian thing. I don't know, but Good Friday off to see Alien. Well, that sounds more fun than my Friday. Pro can recirculate chamber air. Ooh, that'll be nice. But that's what I mean. If you don't plan on printing ABSs, if you're getting this for a print farm and you don't plan on doing enclosed materials, you're probably better off with the base model. But if you're getting one machine and this is the only printer you're gonna have, or you're gonna have a small amount of printers, I would say go with this. Also, I'm not gonna lie, let's be honest. This guy looks pretty clean. I wish it had handles. There are some, oh wait, there are handles. Their handles are in the bottom. You can see a little cutout here for handles. It's an adult thing. I'm a mature adult. Okay, so we get our burnt titanium. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna complain. Yeah, I'm gonna complain that you didn't give me enough of this filament, but it looks actually really cool. We're gonna use this filament. I'm gonna try that. Okay. What we got here? Power cable. Okay, let's see what the manual says for opening this up. Let's keep this PG. I have been keeping it PG. We haven't talked about anything too crazy. Now I know why I'm not supposed to pick stuff up, though. Okay, so we got our little box of tools. That's cool. Okay, so is anyone else corrupted by Dragon Ball Z Abridged when somebody says, I need an adult, you just want to go, I am an adult? Oh, wait. Hope I don't... I get the point why you shove the foam in. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. Yes. There we go. Okay, so what do we got here? I don't think my camera is working. Let me try the backup camera. I've got a backup camera here. I don't think my mobile camera is working. Yeah, the mobile camera is kind of dead, I think. So let's try and see if I can get this camera working. Main camera. That's the main camera. Webcam. Let's try this one. Okay. Okay, we'll go with this camera. It's not as good as the C920. So here's the inside. So we do have a flex plate. We've got a flex plate, magnetic. There's your tool head. Apparently the way it does the the hot end's pretty nice, I've been told. I don't see a camera, but we'll find out when we turn it on. I don't see one, but it's supported. Again, today's stream is just going to be more just getting it out and getting it printing and going from there. We're not going to do too much of a deep dive, I don't think. So let's see here. Let's go through this. Spool holders on the back. It's always on the back. Oh, I should have taken that out the front. Okay, whatever. Spool holder's on the back. Okay. So let's put you in here. Close you. That's supposed to be lifting stuff. My doctor says not to lift stuff. So it is a spool holder on the back design. I honestly wish companies would just put more freaking holes in their printer. Like we have 2 holes here to put the spool holder here, and it feeds here. Okay, it feeds here. Why don't you just have 2 tapped holes here too? That way I could put it here, I could put it here, I could put it here. Why don't you just put 2 tapped holes in a bunch of different locations, so that way if I want to side mount it, I can just side mount it, because the feed tube will reach. It'll reach here, it'll reach here. So why don't you just put 2 tapped holes here, so that I could just put it here if I wanted to, or I could put it here, or I could put it, you know. Yeah. What we got here? It comes with an extra hot end. That's good to see. Does it come with screws? I don't think it comes with screws. I don't see screws. I got grease. Got a micro SD card. Ooh, it's a SanDisk. An actual SanDisk. Are the screws already in? Nope. 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 Am I missing something here? Nope. Nope. I don't have screws. They did not give me screws. They did not give me screws. Take the spool holder. I got the spool holder, but it did not give me screws. Okay. I'm just gonna grab some M3/8s. I'm assuming they're M3s. They usually are. So thoughts on the bamboo perch tower lawsuit? I have no clue. I am not a lawyer. I am not an American lawyer. It'll be interesting to see how things go, because from my understanding, a lot of these patents that Stratasys is taking bamboo to court over are things that are pretty common already in 3D printing, things like perch towers and heated beds. So it'll be very interesting, because a lot of stuff like that, you have to, it falls under like use it or lose it, essentially. So if you patent something, but then you let other people get away with it for a while, and then all of a sudden you have a big competitor that's doing it, and you go, okay, you know what, I'm going to sue you. Well, they can go to court and say, hey, since, you know, you've had this patent since 2016, yet this company's been allowed to get away with it, this company's been allowed to get away with it, you've shown no interest in defending it before, but now that you actually have competition, you're defending it, they can take that to court and the judge can throw it out and be like, yeah, since you weren't enforcing it before, you don't, you know, you use it or lose it, essentially. It's the same reason you see, whenever you see the news story of like a daycare has a bunch of like Disney characters painted on the wall, or like Marvel sues a family because, you know, their kid died of cancer and they had like Iron Man on the casket and they get sued. It's one of those things. It's like they have to. If you don't defend your IP, you lose it. So you have to take all those dumb little court cases to court. You know, it's bad PR to do it. You have to, because if you don't take them to court, then the person can go, somebody else can go, well, you didn't sue them for using it, so therefore I'm allowed to use it. It's lawyer stuff. Oh, we do have Ethernet. Nice. We do have Ethernet on the back here. There is an Ethernet port. There is an Ethernet port. How easy is it to get in this? Let's take a look. How easy is it to get in the bottom of it? What do we got on the bottom? Oh, the bottom's... Dang it, really? Oh, no, we're good. So we got a single Z motor right here. We've got belt. It's a single belt going to all three. So there we go there. It's a, I don't know what brand belt that is, but yeah, tension. So we do have a belt, which means the electronics are probably in the back. Do I want to open the back up and take a look? Yeah. Let's see what we got under the hood. You guys want to see what we got under the hood? Let's see what we got under the hood. Bamboo is no competition for Stratasys. You say that, but I think you're wrong. Bamboo, I think, is started. They're only doing it for two reasons. In tinfoil hat on, I am not a lawyer. I am making, this is my opinion. This is not fact. I'm just stating what I think. Two reasons. One, either Stratasys wants more money. A lot of times when this kind of stuff goes to court, they settle. Look what just happened with Anchormate and Slice. Anchor was violating Slice's patent for their hot end. Slice took them to court and they settled, which means probably going forward, Slice is going to get a fraction of sales, or they got a lump sum fee. So if you're Stratasys and your books have been in the red for a while, things haven't been looking too good, a nice easy revenue stream is to just find the people using your patents, sue them, and be like, hey, either pay us a lump sum or, you know, a licensing fee. There you go. There's free revenue for them. So that could be one thing. It could just be them. It could be them realizing, oh shit, we have to defend our patents. Or it could just be, oh, we're a little worried because this company has started to encroach on our turf. Because, you know, Bamboo does have the X1E. Who knows what else they're cooking up? Who knows what their customers are saying? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of businesses that are like, why are we buying a $10,000 Stratasys when we can buy a $1,000 Bamboo? You don't know. It's hard to say. So it's probably one of those three things. Either they just went, oh shit, we have to defend our stuff or we're going to lose it. Two, hey, extra revenue. Three, they're encroaching on our turf. PF Dennis gifted 10 community memberships. Cheers and appreciated. Thank you. CERN was setting up an X1E. Hopefully it's in LAN only mode. Okay. Mobile? Are we good? We're good. Okay. What do we got back here? We got a switching power supply, 350 watts, 224 volt. There's our controller. It is a controller. There's our Ethernet. There's our power switch. Everything looks pretty okay. I'm not seeing anything that makes me concerned. There is a a blower fan there for the drivers. Everything's crimped. Everything's got connectors on it. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. I'm not seeing anything that is glaringly making me not happy, essentially. So I think we're okay. It's got a buzzer. It makes noise. That's a big controller board, too. That is a big controller board. Okay. But either way, everything looks good. Everything looks good. Nothing is jumping out. What am I printing on the XL? I'm printing Bender. I'm printing another Bender. I've already printed one Bender, but I'm printing them again because this one was printed without a prime tower. This one is being printed with a prime tower because I want to see the two differences between the two. If the printer is loud, you could cut off the PSU fan grill. I have a similar PSU on my 3. It was noisy. What do you mean cut off the fan grill? Like just get rid of the fan in the power supply? Why would you do that? Well, I'm gonna run it as it is. Like whenever I take a look at a printer, I run it stock. Unless I can make an easy video about fixing it, and then realize it was kind of a waste of time. It's not that good. Stratasys coming after Prusa? I don't know, because the problem is Prusa has a lot of prior art. That's one of the things. Like a lot of these patents were filed after other companies were already doing some of this stuff, like purge towers and whatnot. So, yeah, I could foresee prior art. Also, well, Prusa is an American company now. There is a wing of Prusa. However, the headquarters is in Czech Republic, and they just do assembly in the US. So, like, software development and all that is still done overseas. So, please update the firmware. I will update the firmware. We're going to turn the printer on right now. Okay. Feel around. I will say, it looks really clean. Like, aesthetically, I like it. Now, aesthetics don't play into function, but plug that in, turn that on. Push the on button. Oh. Spider webs. Oh. We'll see if we make it 3 hours today. Initialization. It played a jingle. That's cool. So in terms of print volume, it's very Creality-esque. It's 220 cubed. English. Next. Please confirm all packaging materials taken out. The printer needs to calibrate for the current environment. Please ensure the heated bed is unlocked. Ooh. Let's unlock that bed. Let's unlock that bed. What size screws hold the bed in? I can't see. Not that size. The other side. There we go. Unlock the bed. Yeah, always unlock the bed. Put a picture in the ball. Okay, I'll take a look after. So unlocking the bed right now. That would have been bad if I had not done that. It's a good idea they told me to unlock the bed. And it is a textured PI bed. I like to see it. I'm a big fan of textured PI. I'm a big fan of sateen, but I think we have that here. Come on. Okay, I think, there we go. Okay, get those out. There's one screw. I don't know where the other one went. I'm gonna tilt you over. Where'd that screw go? There you are. Aha. Okay, so inside here, we got some filters. We've got what is it? 2 HEPA filters. We got HEPA filters. Get that back in. We got a curtain air fan. We've got a light. I don't see a camera. Ooh, we got. Who's that? I don't know. You can't see it. There's a box there. I don't know what that is. But there's a box there. I don't know what that is. Oh, Daniel, $20. Cheers. To hire someone to clean your workshop. I know the workshop's a mess right now. I can't lift anything. That's the problem. I'm not supposed to lift anything for like 3 or 4 days, I've been told. And I can feel it when I pick something up. So for now, we're just kind of living in the moment. Plus, a lot of this mess is because I'm building a printer right now. Like, the reason all this is here is because these are the parts that we need to build the Trident that we're currently building. There we go. There we go. Good enough. Okay, so the bed's free. Okay, next. Okay. So I'm going to close this because it's going to do resonance testing. At some point, I'm betting. You got kids, right? I got one kid. And that's it. Trogdor! Gifted 10 community memberships. Cheers and appreciated. Thank you. We are leveling. So what do we got now? What do we got? It's leveling. The printer is under self-detecting, and it would take, oh, so we're heating up the nozzle. Okay. So let me take a look. Apparently this nozzle's pretty cool. Ah! And I just dropped it. Oh, ow, ow. Okay, don't do that. for the snip fun. Well, I already got snipped. You're an only child. Yeah, but in today's economy... Oh, this is pretty cool. So it's almost like the Ultimaker kind of. There's the hot end. So I guess it just slides in, slides out. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming it's an AC bed. It's hard to say. It's a 350 watt. I mean, it could be a DC bed. We'll find out how quickly it heats up. The okay, now we're waiting for that to cool down. So the hot end heated up and now it's cooling down. What is 3D printing adhesive? Okay, they give you a bed adhesive. I don't know what it is. It's for PLA, ABS, ASA, and PETG. Okay, so we got a bed adhesion. We've got... Oh, here's my screws that I was missing. There are the screws that I need for that. We got some grease, some lube. A fine addition to my collection. Comes with a little protector. Okay, so we're leveling the bed, which it doesn't have independent Z motors, so leveling the bed is just tramming. Don't trust them since they snapped. Oh yeah, they're cheap as heck. All these snips are horrible. Don't ever cut like wire or anything with them, like anything substantial, because they'll shatter. I've had a bunch of them break on me. They're cheap, but they're cheap. That's why you have like 20 of them. Okay, so let's just take those out, take those out. Let that run, do its thing. Okay. How's that coming along? Oh, let me turn on top chat. Live chat. There we go. Hacko. Hackos are nice. Nipex are also nice. There's a bunch of good brands out there for that kind of stuff. Okay, bed looks pretty okay. How's the wires actually looking on it? Okay, so it looks like it's a cable bed. So it's a ribbon cable for the bed. Not a huge fan of that. Proprietary, but is what it is. Okay, we're doing input shaping, so it's doing its wiggles. It's doing its wiggles. Buy Hacko 5-packs. You ready? You ready? Use what works for you. If having like a dozen really cheap ones works for you because you have them everywhere so you don't have to look for them, that's what I do. Also because I pretty much have unlimited of them. Best tool purchase ever is a Nipex plier wrench. Yeah, here's the thing. Like, I have, when it comes to buying tools, I tend to buy cheap tools. But I think that's because of like my mold making days. Because when I was a mold maker, you spend your money on the expensive stuff. So you buy the expensive, you know. Where did I put them? Oh. You buy the expensive measuring tools, essentially. So you buy expensive measuring tools, and then everything else you cheap out on. Because at the end of the day, it's the measuring tools that are the good ones. Because the problem is, here, yeah. Because what ends up happening is, where is some that I have? I know I have some. Yeah, what ends up happening is like, oh, you need to get a snap ring out or something. Yeah, but the problem is it doesn't fit. So guess what? You take a grinder to your needle nose pliers So that way they can fit in a tighter area. And then also now that you've clamped onto the thing, you need to get it out, but it's stuck in there. You can't really pull it out. So what do? Well, you weld a nut on your adjustable. So that way you could thread in a sliding hammer. Here is my slide hammer. It's here. So that way you could screw in your slide hammer. Okay. So that way, now that you got it in there, you can pull it out. So what ends up happening is you just have all these tools that you just butcher, because everything you build is like a one-off thing. And like the designer's like, oh yeah, they can get a wrench in there to tighten that fitting. And then you go to get a wrench in there to tighten the fitting and it doesn't fit. So what do? You take an oxy torch to your wrench so that you can bend it. Like, there's all kinds of like random hacked, butchered together like tools I have. I don't have as much as I used to because I gave away some of them when I quit the trade. Because it's like, we might be back. Are we back? We might be back. We back? Let's see. Are we back? I think we're back. Are we back? Are we back? Yeah, that power went out for a little bit. I don't know what happened there. The power just went boop, boop. Yeah, that was an F. That was an F. Did I miss anything? Yeah, all the power just went boop, boop. And then I tried to resume a print and it did not. It failed. It wasn't extruding. So something happened. Oh, I guess it would help if you lock that. That tried to rehome and something goofed during the rehome. So I have to restart. I'm back. We're back, baby. Yeah, the power just went boom, boop. Which sucks because it's like the computer boots up pretty quickly. The cameras boot up pretty quickly. Everything boots up pretty quickly. The router takes like 5 to 10 minutes to come back online. I need to get like a little mini UPS just for my modem. Because the router's on a UPS. It's the modem. The fiber modem is on its own. Like, it's not near my router. It's like on one side of the house. The fiber comes in over here, and then it goes to where my router is, which is over here. So it's not on a UPS. So I need to get that on. I need to get like a little itty bitty UPS just for the modem. Because that's the thing. We don't really get power outages where I'm at. Like, yeah, okay, if we might get like a bad storm every now and then, and you know, somebody will hit a power line or something, a power pole, because our power's all buried here. But for the most part, we usually don't get like blackouts. If the power does go out, it's like what we just had, where it's like boop, boop, and it's super annoying. So obviously we got to restart this. So we're back to doing input shaping, absorbing heat. Yeah, it's more of a blip than an outage. So what was I talking about before that? It's doing input shaping. It's doing that. Seeing 12 volt UPSs for network. Yeah, I don't think I need a crazy one. Like, I think they make like little itty bitty one. So that's gonna restart. Freaking filament jammed on me. Hopefully it's not a bad nozzle. We'll find out in a second. Runs Clipper screen? I don't know. It's running Clipper. It's got a touch screen, so probably. Yeah, it's like everything has a router. Like even like, well, let me pull it up here. Where's tower? Log into my Unraid. Oh, wow. Yeah, my Unraid server didn't even register it. My Unraid server doesn't even go like, oh, hey, the power went out. Uptime, 5 months and 20 days. Yeah. I've had almost a year before, and then the power went out for like a snowstorm. It was out all night. So, yeah. A battery bank. You don't want to use those battery banks as a UPS. It's more of an emergency UPS. You don't want to actually use it as a UPS. So, what games you've been playing recently? Not much, honestly. I'm waiting on patch 7 for Baldur's Gate to come out to do one more playthrough. I haven't done an Evil playthrough of it, and patch 7's adding like a whole bunch of stuff for Evil playthroughs. So I'm waiting on that. And then, I don't know. I haven't really... I played a bunch of Helldivers when that came out, but I haven't played that in a bit. Oh. There's a stream today? Yeah, it's a Saturday stream. We always have a stream on Saturday. I didn't know if the stream would go today because of the minor medical procedure I had yesterday, and I didn't know what condition I would be in today. But I'm here. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully the power doesn't go out again. Fun times, eh? Fun times. Tag me in the live stream channel with the UPS for my router. Well, please tell me you link something Canadian. AliExpress. Do I trust AliExpress? I don't know. 5 volt. Oh yeah, it's just a generic one. The fact that the parts on it look 3D printed doesn't really fill me with confidence, but is what it is. Okay, how are you coming along? Vibrations, you're still doing that. How are you doing? You're good. Very few people know what the router is. Well, there's modems and routers, and modems take the wire from the outside. It turns from outside internet into inside internet, and the router splits it up. Right? Right. How's that coming along? Good. I don't know what prints it has on it. It comes with an SD card. I'm thinking we'll just print something off of it. I don't want to. Today we're taking it easy. We are taking it easy today. For the small procedure fund, Andrew Rogers, $10. Cheers and appreciate it. Okay, you park that. Print will end tomorrow. Yay. Don't forget lowly switches and hubs. I don't know. Modem, modular, demodulator. Exactly. Do you remember where you printed your screw organizer? Those are it's the Steve. Look up Steve Builds on printables. I think it's his. Okay. Gotta make sure all my filaments are purging properly here. You know how many times I think I threw it out. This is the 3rd time I'm printing Bender. So I've already printed them once. And it came out okay, but you can see it's a little wispy. So I printed this without any prime, like no prime tower at all. I just told it to not do a prime tower and print infill before externals. And it came out okay. So I'm like, okay, I want to try comparing this to one printed with the prime tower to see if you should be like, compare. The problem is I got all the way to the teeth, and then the white filament broke. It like snapped. So it didn't print the teeth, and so it looked really weird. So I had to cancel that print and then start again. And then you just saw what happened with the power going out. So joy. If it's fiber, you have an optical network termination and a router behind it. I bypassed your router, switches directly in the on. What? So I got the fiber comes into my house and goes into a box that my ISP gave me. And then that box has an Ethernet cable that goes to my router, which is a Ubiquiti Amplify Alien, I believe. And then that router has the Wi-Fi in it, but then it's also got some Ethernet cables that go, one goes to the computer room upstairs where I have like just a generic $20 5-port switch for the computers in the computer room. And then the other one comes out here where I have a PoE router that's also Wi-Fi with like 4 Ethernet jacks in it. And that gives me a Wi-Fi address in the garage. Okay. PLA, please load the filament according to the instructions below. Cut off the bent part of the filament, pass it through the filament sensor, insert the filament to the feeding roller. Okay, let's do that. So let's turn this around so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Judo, chop, judo, chop. How did I not cut that? There we go. Purchase the K1. I got a K1C over there. I haven't been using it because I don't need to use it, but it wasn't too bad. The K1 seemed like a pretty competent machine. The thing is, if this does everything the K1 does but cheaper, PLA they include is really nice. Yeah, this actually looks like it's called titanium. It's a nice sparkle glitter filament. So let's feed you in. Okay. And it doesn't actually have a locking connector up here, which is kind of nice. Okay. Load. Preheating. Oh. Wait for that to preheat. Extruder 2 is heating. Pam wanted lunch. What I miss? I got snipped and the power went out. There you go. Now we're waiting for this to preheat. 199, 203, 208, 210, 213, 215, 217, 219. Heated complete. Loading. Oh, you are jammed. You are jammed. What is going on? You're jammed. You're jammed. Where are you going? This is the second time you've done this to me. Nope. Stop. Yes. This is jammed. Why are you jammed? Yar. You are jammed. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, come on. That sucks. 1 second. I just squished my filament. There we go. Load. It's PLA, load you. Waiting for temperature. I think we're good now. Okay. How are you doing? Oh, you're purged. You're good. Okay. Okay, so you're loaded. There's that. Clean the and click print. Okay. So, oh, it's gonna print. It does a cube test, I guess. Okay, you're good. You're purging now. Yes. Home, print, print, print. Print. There we go. There we go. Okay. So what is that? PLA heating? Preheating? What are you heating? Are you actually printing? What are you doing? Are you sure you want to cancel a print? Yes, I don't want to print a cube. It's got like a little cube it was trying to print. I'm like, I don't want to print a cube. Let's see, what do you have on here? We need to print something. What are we going to print? Concave dodecahedron. Okay. Let's connect it to my Wi-Fi first. Let's connect it to me Wi-Fi. Firmware sound, firmware update. Where is Wi-Fi? Gear. Okay, Wi-Fi. Here we go. Wi-Fi. Enable Wi-Fi. Please wait. Okay. Saying please wait. Trying to get to connect to the Wi-Fi. I want my Wi-Fi. Okay. Okay, there that is. Okay. It's always funny whenever I turn Wi-Fi on for anything because the first thing everything tries to connect to, the Tico. Every time I turn on anything, the very first thing that it wants to talk to is the Tico. I will say the keyboard kind of sucks on here. Typing in with my fat thumbs kind of sucks. Ooh, okay, painkillers are starting to wear off. Okay, so we're on the internet. Update errors. Some support flash during printing. Support. Update. Oh, update records. Oh. Yes. Checking new firmware, installing new firmware. Okay, so we're updating the firmware. Nice, like to see that. So it's updating the firmware. Why do I have a ISO white? Oh, also, I got an MMU3. Prusa sent over a bunch of stuff, and one of them was an MMU3. So at some point, we'll be putting an MMU3 on a Prusa Mark IV. Yeah. Update complete. Please restart printer. Okay. Yes, turn printer off. Okay. Also, my freaking thought these were charged. It's not. Okay, I guess those weren't charged. Okay. Put that on. How are you doing? You're doing good? Okay, you're good. On the XL. Sip. We already did that yesterday. Painkillers, what happened? Snippy. Oh, upgrading MCU. Upgrading. This camera sucks. So downloaded the update, now it's installing the update. When's the next Trident all-wheel drive video? Some point this week. Tuesday or Friday. Tuesday we're going to be taking a look at a new printer. So Friday, maybe. Or maybe next Saturday. I don't know. We'll see. But Tuesday, I can't talk about what it is, but we're going to be taking a look at a brand new printer. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just messing with you, like always. Who knows? This is the new printer. We're just honestly... No, Tuesday we're just talking about this again. No, we're going to do this, and then Tuesday we'll do a follow-up stream, probably. I don't know. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do the Trident on Tuesday. Maybe I'll start building a V2 on Tuesday. Maybe I've got a brand new printer from a company you've never heard about in a box right off camera right here. Or maybe I don't. You don't know. I don't know. I'm hooked up on pain meds right now. You have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't even trust myself right now. I love the little jingle it plays. I love the little jingle it plays. gonna make it play midis? I don't know. It does play music though. Okay, so I'm assuming it's like a modern Clipper printer where you hit update, you don't have to redo your stuff. So I'm just gonna print this concave dodecahedron thing. Why? Because it's already on here and it looks pretty cool. So let's you close that. You get it like there. I wish the door opened 180. I'm not a huge fan of doors that don't open all the way. This is annoying. I wish the door would open all the way. I need some. And we'll go with this. Oh, that's a big spool. I didn't know that. They sent me a big spool. Okay, I need to go. Can we get much higher? So high. There we go. This camera sucks. I can't adjust focus on it. It is what it is. That's the new Bamboo Lab. I mean, that would be a totally pimp move on them. I'm not gonna lie, Bamboo. If you want to impress the community, send me your new printer. Water under the bridge. Come on, if you got something that's good and you're not afraid of it being judged for what it is, send me one. Wasn't that supposed to come out by now? At the beginning of this year, why are the overlays off? They're not off. Where's my overlays? They were on, they just didn't load. Oh, because the internet connection was down. It was, well, they have their flagship. Nobody ever called their new printer flagship, and all of a sudden Bamboo calls their new printer flagship, and now everyone, ooh, what's their new flagship? But anyways, I remember wasn't there a contest earlier this year where it's like the winner got Bamboo's new flagship, and they're like, oh no, we're gonna announce that middle of the year, or like in a couple months, and it's been like a long time, and there's been no word out at all. So I have no idea what's going on. We got so many haters against Moon, now we have a lawsuit. Well, that has nothing to do with it. That you're comparing two completely different things. And again, I'm not a Bamboo hater. I'm just not a fan of their business practices. They've done some. They're like DJI. It's like talking to somebody who flies FPV, asking what their opinion of DJI is. You're gonna get some people like, oh, they make good stuff, but I don't like their business practices. That's pretty much my stance on Bamboo. It's like, yeah, they make a pretty good machine, and it's a pretty good bang for your buck, and I still recommend it to people, but these are their business practices, and if that doesn't gel good with you, it is what it is. Like the fact that they kick creators from their affiliate program who do any sort of like critique, the moment you do any critique of them, they kick you from their affiliate program. Like I never, for the record, I never signed up for their affiliate program. I refuse to, like, any affiliate program where you have to like apply to, and like, I'm not a huge fan of those. I don't like that. It's called business, yeah. I don't buy Teslas because I think the CEO of the company is a douche canoe. Like, that's my personal opinion. Like, you're allowed to have opinions on stuff. That's business. Like, the Stratasys. Well, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting because I don't know how they're going to angle it in the courts. Like, are they going to try and angle it? Because, you know, for those that don't know, Bamboo, go up the company tree, is connected to DJI. Same VC funding and all that. So there's a big pushback against DJI in the US because they've pretty much completely taken over the entire drone market. So I'm wondering if they're trying to like go at this angle for the thing. But here's the thing, I am not a lawyer. I'm not even in the same country that this has taken place. Who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. It is what it is. You don't know all the details. I don't know all the details. I'm not a lawyer in the room with them. No one here is. If you are, give me a call on Discord. It would be cool to have you on the video. We'll do a video. But yeah, like, we don't know everything. None of us know everything. We're all just based on our opinions. They make all the other companies need to come up with better standards for their products. See, Ralph, I think you're holding Bamboo to a too high standard. Bamboo machines are impressive if you're coming from the ender side of things. If you're coming from where you just use Prusas, okay, cool. Bamboos are, in my opinion, okay, a little bit as reliable as a Prusa. They're in the same tier. They cost a little bit more, but they also have a lot of downsides when it comes to serviceability and potential long-term support. The fact that you could still get updates for a Prusa Mark 2.5, if I was like, hey, I'm starting a company and I need to buy an entire fleet of printers that I know in 5 years will still be supported. And also, if you're coming from the DIY scene like me, that Bamboo is nowhere near as good as any of my Vorons, in my opinion. Okay, in terms of capabilities. So if you're coming from crappy enders that were garbage and took like 20 mods and a ton of tuning to get working, and you jump to a Bamboo, oh my God, it blows you out of the water. But if you're coming from, you know, half a decade of fiddling with Core XYs, it's like, cool, you've been doing what I did 5 years ago. You just made it an off-the-shelf item. Your opinion of the company really depends on how you approach the company and what you're looking to get out of the printer. Again, as I always say, there is no best printer for everyone. You need to take a look at what your use cases are, what your needs are, what your, you know, personal beliefs are. Like, you need to take that all into account when you decide on what printer to get. Turn that light on. Like, for example, I'm testing a machine right now that can print with overhangs like that in PLA that is quiet. And it could do a sub 15-minute benchy, so it can move fast. It can print overhangs like that, and it doesn't have a freaking Hoover on it or a leaf blower. So like, hey, I need a printer. I live in a college dorm. I have a roommate. I can't have a loud printer. That immediately knocks Bamboos off my list. At least the enclosed ones, because they're loud as shit. Like, it depends on your use case. It depends on your use case, your background, what you need the printer to do, etc. There is a whole bunch of factors you need to take into account. Like, again, I still recommend people buy Bamboos if that is what I think was probably the best printer for them. They are very turnkey. You buy them, you take it out of the box, and off you go. But then you also see, oh man, I really need to get a new keyboard. Let me see, is it still the top post? Oh, ooh, brief statement about the lawsuit. Where is it? There was a post on the Bamboo subreddit where somebody had an A1 and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's been 2 weeks. And then they got the Cloud of Doom. And they're like, how do I fix this? It's like, well, you're gonna have to learn. Because at the end of the day, no matter how turnkey the printer is, it's still a 3D printer. You're still gonna get jams. You're still gonna have clouds of doom. You're still gonna get all kinds of the bad stuff happening. You ordered Keychron? They reached out to me. They're sending me one. I don't know when it's gonna show up, but we have taken the relevant information as of now. We have not received any formal documentation from the court, but we are closely monitoring the situation. We will actively respond to this case in accordance with appropriate legal procedures to protect our legitimate rights and interests. Bamboo Lab has always advocated for and upheld the principles of respecting and protecting intellectual property, though continuous research and technological. You guys have tried to patent stuff that wouldn't fly in North America and China. Let's be honest. Don't get on. I know what you're doing. Don't sit on your high horse. Just admit it. They've tried to patent stuff like, if I remember correctly, again, it's been a while since I looked at it. They tried to like patent Core XY and stuff like that. Like they've tried to patent some stuff in China that wouldn't fly over here. So again, you're not from the highest horse right here. But yes, I agree that a lot of the patents that Stratasys is taking against them and like claiming they're violating are very much patents that like every company is infringing on. Why the hell haven't you defended it until now? Like, I'm not supporting either company here because two things. One, again, neither of us know all the details. No one here knows all the details of what's going on here. We don't. So am I supporting either of these companies? No, because I don't have enough information to support either of these companies. It'll be interesting. Partner with Jackery's APC. Jackery, no. EcoFlow, yes. Well, actually, no, that'd be Bamboo. Because, fun fact, EcoFlow's CEO is a former DJI guy. They're all the same. It's all connected. Seen on X, somebody showing. Okay, one, it's Twitter. Don't call it X. This is a Twitter household. Two, yeah. Fun fact: most printers print good if you just take the time to make a profile that works. What is going on here? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's 45. It says printing. What are we waiting on here? It says printing. I don't know what's going on here. How's this coming along? That's coming along okay. Yeah, are you moving? Oh, now it's moving. Why is that such a long purge line? You don't need to make a purge line that. So in terms of like Z offsets and anything, I haven't done a thing. It is as it came from the factory. We haven't adjusted any settings. What we got is what we got. I'm team nobody at this point. I'm not a patent attorney while I have some. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's going to play out in court. Let the lawyers do their lawyer stuff. Honestly, what'll probably happen, it'll probably settle. They'll probably settle, just like Slice did with Anchor. But it is what it is. Well, it's got side curtain. Oh man, I want to go back. I want to pull out that printer that does quiet printing. We'll look at the Cheedy Q1 Pro. No, they sent me their previous printers, the X Smart series. I got 2 of those. I gave them away. They didn't really impress me that much. It's going a little slow there because it's doing overhangs. You can see it's going slow on the overhangs. It's moving pretty good. I mean, I'd hope so. It's a modern Core XY. It should move pretty quick. Let's be honest. Is in that strange place between not bad but also not great. The problem is, for the same money, the 3D printing market is starting to become very streamlined, in my opinion, because there's so many good offerings out there. It's like, here's the thing, at like $199, or what is it? How much is an A1 combo? Bamboo Lab A1. How much is the A1? All right, put this in American, yeah. Yeah, so it's $489. Yeah, just by itself, just the printer, $340 for $340. Like, okay, I need it enclosed. Okay, if you need enclosed, then it open. You know, you got machines like this. Well, this is you can get this for $299. So at $299, $499. Well, now it's comparing them to a P1. Like it. There are so many good options. It's like, why would you pay the same to get so-and-so's version of this printer kind of thing? Like, okay, yeah, a Prusa Mark IV is a little pricey, but the Prusa Mark IV is a perfectly fine printer. There's nothing wrong with the Prusa Mark IV. It's a little slow, okay? It's actually not that slow anymore. And it's open air, okay? You can put it in a box. But I mean, like, what do you need the printer for? Do you need racks of printers that can run all day that you know in 5, 6, 7 years from now, you could still get service and support on it? That's a selling feature. Or, hey, I need a machine that just won't blow my eardrums out if it's running in my bedroom. That's a feature. Year-to-date, Stratasys stock dropped $14 to $7. Stratasys is not in a good position. That's why I'm thinking they're doing this. And again, I am not a lawyer. This is just me voicing what I think. I think Stratasys is doing the patent thing just to try and get money out of Bamboo. I think they're gonna try and get Bamboo to settle and say, hey, you can continue to use our patents that you're violating as long as you give us a percentage of sales. I think I got a feeling that's the angle they're going for, because for a lot of companies, the patents. Look at Nortel. Who raise your hand up if you remember Nortel? Who remembers Nortel? Where are my Canadians at? Who remembers Nortel? When Nortel went to shit, they went from the most valuable company in Canada to being worthless in like a year. They or not a year. They died really quickly, and then it took them like a couple more years to finally like close. But they like completely killed themselves. Like they unalived themselves as a company. When the company finally went to when it finally went to bankruptcy, they sold off all their assets. They had to, okay? So they sold off, we sell off this division, okay, a couple $100 million. We sell off this division, a couple $100 million. And then they're like, okay, the last thing we're gonna sell is our patents. And they had 6,000 so patents that they had. And they figured they would get 400 million for them, 500 million for it. What ended up happening was a bunch of companies just got together. They bought those patents for like 4.5 billion, because that was the only thing that was worth anything from them. Not the assets, not the equipment, not the employees. It was the patents. Because whoever owned the patents controlled that segment. So that's what it's for. Sometimes you see a company get bought up just for the patents. You get a company will get bought, employees all get let go, business closes. They just got bought just for the patent. So, because patents allow you to control the market. They allow you to dictate who can do what. So if you're a company that owns the patents for 3D printing that a lot of companies are using, why do you need to make money when other people can make the money? They just owe you a percentage of it. So that's with the state of Stratasys. Either they're doing this because they're realizing they have to defend their patents or they're going to lose them. Because if you don't use it, you lose it. And they're looking to like buy out or sell or get merged or sell to somebody. Who knows? Who knows? Again, we don't know everything. Or they're trying to get an additional revenue stream. I personally am leaning towards the revenue stream. I personally am them going, oh shit, we're hemorrhaging money. We're not doing good as a company, but we own these patents and these companies are violating it. Can we try and get money out of them? That's what I think it's looking like. But again, personal opinion, I am not a lawyer, not business advice. Don't go buy stocks based on that. Look at this printer print. It's actually going pretty good. Wow, actually that's going really good. Now it's hard to judge because this camera is crap and this filament hides defects, but yeah. Elon patents so much. I honestly don't care what Elon does anymore. I really don't care. I don't think anyone should care. He's kind of shown himself to be... He thought he was Tony Stark when he's Army Hammer or whatever that guy is from Iron Man 2. They were booming because they were they had the patents. When the internet started growing, Nortel was like the company that sold the routers and the switches. They sold the hardware for the backbone of the internet. They had all the patents for it. The problem is once the internet got built out and like other equipment started coming in from like China and other countries that were doing what they were doing but cheaper and better, they died because that was it. I care about SpaceX. Yeah, like the only thing I care about Elon is SpaceX. And from my understanding, he's pretty detached from it lately, so. Check Discord in the stream channel. Let's check Discord in the stream channel. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah. That's not good. So they were, wow, in 2014, they were $133 a share. This is why whenever you see people like, oh, buy the dip. Yeah, if you bought the dip right here, it's like, okay, you saw this, it jumped up. Oh, it crashed. Okay, well, I'm going to buy it here because obviously it'll go back up to that. And it didn't. You had this one little blip here. If you bought the dip here, you had this one little blip here, like 5 years later, and then it's been going down since. Yep. Oof. That's a dip. That is a bit of a dip. I think I'm going to short on Stratasys. I wouldn't do that. I mean, personally, I don't have any money in the stock market right now. I think everything's going to come crashing down very soon because there's no way. Everything's overinflated to heck. And money is basically monopoly money at this point. But CoreXY. Well, Voron's not a company. You technically can do like a cease and desist and all that. And you can if you believe like, you know, you could do like a DMCA on GitHub if like stuff was being hosted that you believe in violation. But it's harder to go after an open source project because they don't have assets. It's like you're suing Bob in his basement who just like designed something and sold it for nothing. He never sold it. Like, yeah, you technically can get hit with copyright violation for even open source stuff. It is what it is. But usually at the time it's just not worth it. Build it yourself for non-commercial. It's kind of a gray area. It's one of those like they could if they really wanted to. It's just not worth their time because it's like you're not really like. Wow. Okay, I gotta reorder this hat. This being off-center is throwing me off so much. Anyways, let's look at the printer print. Noise-wise, let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. Close the doors. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Closed. Problem is you got to have it open if you're printing PLA. You get the best results. And then don't forget, if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. Late August. I heard late August or September for IFT5. The 2D printer market is dominated by companies. Do you think open source has any future chances? Probably not. I've got a feeling if 2D printers were that easy that anyone could just make one, there would be people making them, essentially. Like, I've got a feeling if 2D printers were that easy for anyone to just make a 2D printer, without all the shitty bloat, then there would be that. There would be a Dollar Shave Club of printers if it was that easy. I'm assuming it has to do with patents. Does it have a vent on the rear chamber? It does. There is a filter system, but you're gonna have much better cooling and airflow with it just open like this than closed. The only printer I have is a Brother 2-in-1, so it's like a scanner and printer, and it uses like it's black only. Like it only does black and white. Like it's one of those. I can't remember what kind of printer that is, but a laser printer? I don't know. It uses cartridges. It uses like a big cartridge. Subscription printer chow service. If you do that already. I am waiting for the day somebody tries to put a paid feature into a 3D printer. I think with Clipper being as prominent as it's becoming, you're not going to see it. But I'll be honest, I'm honestly really surprised a company like Bamboo hasn't tried to paywall a feature yet. Like, oh, hey, you can watch your printer anywhere in the world through our app. But if you want to watch it, you know, remotely, you need to pay $4.99 a month. Because as you know, Amazon knows after buying Twitch, live streaming video doesn't make money. It uses a ton of data, and you don't pay for the data when you're streaming a Bamboo. So they're eating that cost. What time are we at? We're at 7:30. Okay. We might be able to make it 3 hours. Bamboo can afford it because they have lots of capital. Their investors have lots of capital. On the roadmap? I believe it. From my understanding, Bamboo's code was leaked a long time ago. There was some people that got in. Like, this is before. If you remember, there was like a security update to Bamboo's like soon after they came out because of like a network issue or something. Some people got in. Apparently, there was like a lot of code in the AMS system for RFID spools that was like depreciated. From my understanding, this is what I've been told by people who've like peeked behind the curtain. Is there was a lot of legacy code in that machine when it first shipped for like basically locking it to RFID spools only that was removed at like the last minute. So they use AWS. If I remember correctly, they use AWS for a lot of their cloud stuff, and I don't think the bills for AWS are that cheap. Your YouTube channel. I feel bad. I didn't put out a video this week. I might record something quick tomorrow if I'm feeling okay. You put out a short. I put out a short. That doesn't count though. Problem is, I've got a bunch of projects that I want to be working on. It's actually starting to get kind of cool, so I can work in the garage. But for the past bit, it's just been too freaking hot to do any stuff, and I've been working on stuff like not channel related. Yeah, I'm actually very happy with this so far. Let me connect to it on the Wi-Fi. What is my Wi-Fi password? I mean, it's on my network, so printers, I should be able to see it. I'm just wondering if it'll actually tell me it. I know I got two blasters to build. Oh boy. You're on my network. Oh, wait, I gotta log you back in. Shoot. Yeah. It was on the home network, and then it disconnected during the reboot. Don't even bother with the video for the zinc. Just want you to build and enjoy. I've got it all printed right there. I just haven't got around to it. Okay, so now I'm on the Wi-Fi. So can I see my IP? Okay, there we go. We got 192.168. It's amazing. They all have the same first couple digits. 188. No, that. Uh, 192, 168, 110, 188. Reload. Oh shoot! Do I gotta put like a thing in? What? It's not saying anything about connecting to the internet. Oh wait, do I gotta put like a freaking thing? It's locked out. What do you mean it's locked out? Did they purposely lock it out? Might not have a web interface. I mean, it's running Clipper. It should. Cloud. Flash Cloud, Puller 3D. Port. Oh, what's the port? Isn't it like 1008 or something? Oh, it might not have mainsail on it. You're right. It's got. Doesn't have a. If it doesn't have a web interface, that is. I'm not going to say a deal breaker because of the cost of the machine, but that's something very disappointed. It should have a web interface. It's got Wi-Fi. It's running Clipper. Give it the web interface. Like, it's there. It took you more work to remove it. I'll send him an email and be like, hey, I got it set up. Where's the web interface at? Only their slicer. Oh, so you gotta use their slicer to talk to it. I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. I don't like it though, because now you have to install their slicer. I'm not a huge fan of installing proprietary slicers. I'm not a huge fan of that. Although, let's take a looky-loo here. Works with Orca. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to see if I can set it up in Orca. That is printing really nicely. It's a pretty simple model, but am I? Okay. So this is a FlashForge Adventure 5M Pro with a 0.4 nozzle. Confirm. Okay. Test. Cannot connect to Octoprint. Oh, they have a separate version of Orca. That's kind of disappointing. That's kind of disappointing. I mean, you could still... I'm not a huge fan of having to install proprietary slicers. That's basically just a normal slicer, but in their version. I'm not a huge fan of that. I've got enough programs installed on all my computers as is. Yeah, so they have their own version of Orca, it looks like. Try port 8080. I don't think that'll work. Yeah, it's not working. Yeah. Won't work. Firewall. Dang firewalls. Yeah. I'm gonna send him an email and be like, hey, if you're running Clipper, can you like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Just put normal Clipper on it. See Discord for Clipper deets. What channel? Oh, is that the DM? Ooh, what's this? Okay, here we go. Clipper mod for FlashForge Adventurer 5M. This is an unofficial mod to run Moonraker, custom Clipper, fluid and mainsail. Okay. Okay, so this turns it into a more regular printer. Looks like. With Clipper screen. Okay. I will make a note of that, and that might be something we'll play with on like a Friday stream. We'll do this on Friday. Is there a webcam in here? I don't see a webcam. I don't see it. Oh, there is a webcam. There is a webcam. I do have a webcam. Okay, yeah. Yeah, on Friday we'll play around with the that. I might be getting out the whiskey soon. Are you clean? Yeah, you're clean. Having chest pain, bit worried, but it doesn't fit the horse. Well, if you're having chest pain, that's not good. I mean, it could be worse. I mean, I'm having pain because yesterday I got so I think I still have some whiskey left. I do. I do have whiskey. This is a really nice color. I actually wish I had more of it. I do have whiskey left. For the webcam, IP address 8088/action stream. Okay, let's try that. (188) Let me camera on. Okay, the camera's on, video's on. Home. Oh, that works. Okay, well, there's the camera. I mean, here, watch. We'll do this. Ready? For that. Mobile. Go to the main cam. Wait, let me. Okay. Ready? Boop. Why aren't you working? Okay. It doesn't want to display. Okay, well, working there. We'll just look at this. There you go. Look at it go! That's a better camera than the other one. Oh, it's the A1. That is, you're never going to get a good camera on the only Bamboo machine that will give you a good camera is the X1. Because all the other ones run off a ESP like 32 as the brain of the printer. They don't have SoC, so they can't really do good cameras. That's why the X1 is the only one that can do a good camera. It's also the reason the X1 is the only one with open source firmware, because the X1 Plus firmware is running on the Linux install on the X1. The other Bamboo machines don't have a Linux instance. They run off of, they're basically running, they're basically running like a RepRap firmware-esque type of firmware. Like, even this one is too. It's just, it also has a Linux layer on top for the like touchscreen and the UI and all that. Which is why the X1 has kind of been pushed aside to the other ones, because this one costs more to make, because it has a whole Linux SoC on it. And it's also the only one that's susceptible to being hacked as easily. Whiskey, I haven't had alcohol in a while. They use ESP32 as MCU for Clipper? No, Bamboos don't run Clipper. I don't know why people keep saying this. Bamboos do not run Clipper. And ESP32s are not Clipper compatible. The controllers in here, they're Spintrol MCUs. They're DJI part spin parts. It's all DJI part spin parts for the controllers on these things. So. Camera has a rolling shutter issue? Well, yeah, it's a cheap webcam. What do you expect? I mean, here's the thing. All I care about for webcams on a printer, I don't judge them. I've seen reviewers like judge like the quality of a webcam on a 3D printer. Like, oh, I wish the camera. It's like, no. Does it have a printer? Yes. Okay, it's automatically better than any printer that doesn't have a camera. Hi, Prusa, where are you? You. Okay. As long as you have a camera on a printer and you can look at it and go, am I making spaghetti? Yes or no. That's all the camera needs to do. If you want to get fancy internet points for fancy time lapses, you're not using the onboard camera. You're using a separate proper camera. No, but none of the content creators that make their living off just printing stuff use the onboard cameras. They have proper cameras for this. So it's basically just monitoring. It's a security camera. It's, hey, am I making spaghetti? Yes or no. That's all you need to know. That's all they need to do. What's the red thing? It's a button to release the nozzle, apparently. I don't know how it works exactly, but it's how you swap out the nozzle. It's a whole, the heater assembly is one unit. Ooh, this is good. You want to know how much I haven't been drinking? I bought this bottle at Murph. I still have it. Does it have a poop chute? No, it does not have a poop chute. It doesn't need to. This machine isn't designed for multi-material. Gonna try swapping the nozzle. I think I've done it. I think Bill had one of these at one of the events he was at. Nozzle adapter. You couldn't really do a nozzle adapter because this is a single unit. It's the nozzle, this is an assembled unit. You're not taking this apart, I don't think. I don't even think you can unscrew the nozzles on here. It does have two flats on it, but it's also glued in place. 0.6. Oh, that's a 0.4. Oh, this is a 0.6. Oh, that's cool. It comes with a 0.6 and a 0.4. That's actually nice to see. That is nice to see. Comes with two different size nozzles. I'll be honest. When was the last time you bought a printer that came with more than one nozzle size? That's actually not bad. Actually, good on you. Good on you, FlashForge. That ain't bad. I didn't even realize that's a different size. I mean, I don't change nozzles as much as some other people. I mean, with Revos, I did for a bit, and then I ended up just settling on 0.4s for everything again. Does anyone have any frozen peas? It came for the A5M. Well, I said Pro. The title says Pro, doesn't it? Pretty sure it says Pro. You know what's funny? We are going to get a chance to look at the base model because they are going to send me it too. I wanted the base model. I didn't want the Pro model. I wanted the base model. And they sent me the Pro model. So they're like, oh, we feel bad. We'll send you the base model. I'm like, okay, but it'll be a little bit because they're out of stock in Canada. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I wanted the base model. No Pro in title? Oh, shoot. Let me fix that then. Yeah, let me fix that. 5M Pro. There we go. I just got, yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about this. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with it. Like, here's the thing. It's a single print. It's a baked print, so it's a print that comes with the machine. The intro picture had Pro in it, but not the tile. Yeah, I've gone and fixed it. If we can easily put, like, full-fledged clipper on here, and we do some more test prints and everything looking pretty good, this is seeming to be a nice little package. Like, it's enclosed. It's not too loud when it's enclosed. I might disconnect the part cooling fan, or the current air fan, because you don't really need it. The fan on the back isn't the quietest fan in the world, but it's not too bad. Like the power supply fan, or whatever fan's in there, it's not the loudest. People talk, yeah, I've had a lot of people recommend them, like, or not recommend them, but a lot of people have told me they like these machines. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll take a look. There we go. Give me my print. Yoink. Oh, I made a little jingle noise. Okay, so we do have a little... Okay, let me rerun the calibration. I don't know if it saved the input shaping value during the firmware wipe. But I am seeing a little bit of waviness in it. Where are you going? I am seeing a little bit of ghosting. So let me... I just want to cancel it. Let me rerun the calibration. Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna run a PID too. We'll run a PID. Or actually, no, I won't run PID, but we will redo the input shaping. A new hand has touched the beacon. Let's go to overhead. Okay. You can see there's a little bit of ghosting. It's not too bad. Where's the bottom? So this is the bottom. So this is the top. This is the bottom. So you're looking at the side there. That ain't bad. I mean, this is a print that's really, it's kind of hard to screw up a print like this, especially with a glitter filament. Top layers look good. Stacking is good. Layer consistency is pretty good. That first layer wasn't too bad. Overhangs look okay. The seam is a little aggressive, but it is what it is. Yeah. I gotta go find Meridia and give her back her beacon. Our new hand has touched the beacon. Dang it! I'll never get rid of that quest. I need to print this in like a glow-in-the-dark filament for that. So that is that. Okay. That's cool. Keep your paws off. What are we at? We're at 8 o'clock. Okay. What's the XL printing? A bender. Bending Rodriguez. I've already printed him once, but I printed it without a purge tower. So now I'm printing him again with a purge tower so we can do a comparison. Because sometimes, you know, a prime tower. So. Ooh. You missed the notification scroll. For what? Oh, Scott! Paladin, $5. Cheers for the Frozen Pea Fund. I'm gonna have to go grab those after the stream. It's, we'll see how much longer I make it. Put it that way. Clear PETG, then you use a battery power or something. Well, it's supposed to like levitate too, right? It's like, ooh. Let me. Okay, it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same.
A new hand touches the beacon.
It's not quite the same.
Listen.
Building a 400mm hybrid IDEX. Nice. That'll be fun. What are we doing? We're leveling the bed. Purge tower? No, it's a prime tower. Purge towers get you sued. Also, I'm not in the US, and neither is Prusa. Plus, I think they're only suing Bamboo right now. So that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Personally, I'm in a let them fight kind of mood. It'll happen. Whatever happens, happens. Because honestly, we don't know it all. We don't know everything. We don't. I don't know all the details. You don't know all the details. Let it play out. Whatever happens, happens. Who's suing? Stratasys. It's like, honestly, I was more happy when Slice sued Anchor over their patent with the hot end. Because for those that don't know the whole thing with the Slice hot ends, Slice hot ends, I have a mosquito somewhere, but I'm not going to dig for it. Slice mosquito hot ends, they have, the heat break is unsupported. So the heat break is unsupported, and they have these pillars that basically like act like the structural unit that the heat break normally would. They patented that. So that's why you saw the Dragons hot ends were patent infringing, and then they had to redesign it, and then you have like other hot ends like the Revo and whatnot. They don't have a unsupported heat break because of that. So Slice owns the patent on unsupported heat breaks using that method that they use. And a lot of people, me included, were like, that patent won't stand up in court. I'm not a fan of that patent. I don't agree with that patent. I don't think it'll stand up in court. But the problem is nobody had actually taken it to court yet. They had sent some cease and desists out. They told people not to do it. And then eventually they finally took Anchor to court over it, and Anchor settled, which means that the patent's valid. And it's like, okay, at least now we know. At least now we know, okay, the patent does hold up in court, or at least holds up enough that Anchor was not willing to fight it, and they settled. So it's kind of nice to actually have a resolution to it finally. So I was more excited. I honestly didn't really care about the outcome. I'm way past the point of really caring about Slice's patent anymore. Like, let's be honest, the industry has moved on and has realized there's other ways to do it, and it's not a big deal anymore. But it's nice to actually have a resolution that, yes, okay, the patent, while I may not agree with it, does hold water, is what it is. They also in Texas. Well, as far as I'm aware, Bamboo's American headquarters is in Texas. They're the biggest manufacturer. In what regard? Bamboo, as far as I'm aware, doesn't release sales figures. We know how many Prusa, we know Prusa sells. Prusa does a thing at the end of the year where they go, we have sold this many Prusas. Does Bamboo release sales figures? And if so, what are they? Because like everyone's like just assumes Bamboo's doing good, which, let's be honest, they probably are, but we don't know how good. Because, you know, Prusa releases their sales figures. Bamboo doesn't. How's the input shaper going? We're gonna let that go, and then we'll start one more print, and then I think we'll call it. Actually, I want to see what's on this SD card. What's on this SD card? Let's see. Will my computer get hacked? What do we got? What do we got here? Quick start guide, test files. What do we got? Boat, concave dodecahedron, mobile phone holder, touch pen, keychain. Yeah, they don't really have any. Yeah, they don't really have anything. Let's load up something in their slicer. So what are we gonna print? What are we gonna print? What are we gonna print? Let's print a dyno clip. Everyone likes the dyno clip. So that is FlashForge Adventure 5 Pro, generic PLA. Yep. 0.4 nozzle, sharp, standard, cool. Slice plate. These are the default settings. And then we will export G-code to USB drive, save. Problem with the drive, scan and fix. Well, there it is. Stratasys doesn't make home printers. At the moment, they don't. Who knows what their plans are? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they're realizing, hey, the market, the commercial market for 3D printing, and from my opinion, it looks like it has been. The industrial commercial market for the type of printer Stratasys made, I think is collapsing. Like, for those that haven't been paying attention, a lot of industrial 3D printing companies aren't doing too hot right now. The industry, I think, is starting to settle. And like has. So maybe Stratasys is like, you know how Prusa's like, oh shoot, we can't just, you know, be selling the same thing forever. And now they have the Prusa Pro line, they have a resin line, they make resin, they make filament, they make merch, they have a very successful file sharing site. They have a very successful file sharing site that allows you to subscribe to provider or content creators and whatnot. So they're taking, like, they're doing the Patreon thing. They've diversified their revenue sources because they're smart and they've adapted. Maybe Stratasys is going to start punching down instead of companies trying to punch up, like Prusa going with the Prusa Pro line, Bamboo with the X1E. Maybe Stratasys is going to start trying to punch down into the lower market because that's where they have room to grow. They can't grow anymore in their current market. Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. We'll see what happens. Didn't Stratasys own? They owned MakerBot, and they sold that. So that's what I mean. Like, who knows how they're doing? We really don't know. I mean, their stock prices, their stock, they used to be worth like $130 a share. Now they're worth $7 a share. At the beginning of the year, they were worth $14 a share. So they're obviously not doing the greatest. So who knows? I don't know. You don't know. See what happens. So this is about a 40-minute print, so we'll let this print and then we'll call it after. I mean, if they want to send me a printer, I'm down. But we'll see. Speaking of sending stuff, do you want to win a spool of filament from Polymaker? If you have not entered yet for a chance to win a spool of filament from Polymaker, link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. An XL Mini that'd be more affordable. Me too, kid. Me too. Because the beds are how many segments are on here? It's like 4x4. So if they did, it's what, 360, and I think it's like 90 millimeters of tile. So if they did a 4x4 or a 3x3, that would be 270. 270 enclosed 1 or 2 tool heads from the factory, which sell like hotcakes. Come on, Joe, make it happen. Completed. Cool. Okay. Plug you in. SD card. Dyno clip. Print. Copying file. So it copies the file off the SD card to the internal memory, and then it prints from that. Okay, that's cool. Heated bed, the patent was 20 cents. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Prusas have had heated beds since forever. A lot of machines have had heated beds for... There's a lot of prior art there. Cheaper XL. Still be expensive because the tool heads alone would be $500 each. Who said they have to be XL tool heads? They could just be extruders. It could just be a standard extruder. It doesn't have to be the XL tool head. It could just be an extruder. Somebody said Prusa will be the BlackBerry of 3D printing. I don't think so. If anything, it'll be like Creality. And like the... Bamboo is taking that market segment. People that buy Prusas will still keep buying Prusas. And Prusa has come out and said the Mark IV is their best-selling printer ever. And if they were doing fine with the Mark III, and now the Mark IV is doing better than the Mark III. Plus, they have all their additional revenue sources that they have now because they've diversified. They're doing fine. Prusa's doing fine. I mean, I can't buy Prusa stock for two reasons. One, they don't sell stock, and two, insider trading, because I know things. But if I could buy Prusa stock, I would be buying Prusa stock, and I'd be telling you to buy Prusa stock. But I can't. If anything, it's not Prusa that's afraid of Bamboo. Prusa's still doing their thing. It is what it is. The cost is the cost. If you, they're a European country selling printers. Like, they could, you know, outsource everything to China and have the machines be much cheaper, but there's downsides to doing that. If you want a cheap Chinese printer, there's plenty of cheap Chinese printers already on the market. You don't make your foothold in the market better by just doing what everyone else does. Because as you can see, ANET, as far as I'm aware, has now closed. ANET's website is down. How's G-Tech and like all these other random Chinese companies? What was the one that had the folding printer that was a complete gimmick? It was yellow. There's a few content creators that were really pushing that brand for a bit, and now they're gone. Like, it's Bamboo is taking a bite out of that market. Fucos, yeah, that company, they're gone. Bamboo is killing that market. The market that was basically shitting out V-Wheel bed flinger clones till the end of time, that is the market Bamboo is dominating. Yes, I'm sure Prusa has lost some sales to Bamboo, but the market that Bamboo and Prusa inhabit, there is some overlap, but not as much as you think, I don't think. Like, both machines still have pros and cons that will dictate who buys them. Versus a lot of these other companies where it's like, you just make a shittier, cheaper version of so-and-so's machine. The companies that relied off basically just cloning, I think are the ones that are going to get the hit, that are going to take the hit. So it'll be interesting. It will be interesting. You have an ANET A8, now what? I mean, if we're comparing, you know, fire starters, I've got mine right here. You know, if we want to show off our kindling, the A1 and A1 Mini are the first that I would recommend to my 7-year-old parents. Also, the thing is, if you're trying, okay, the big problem with Bamboo, they are marketing something as turnkey that isn't. Go on the Bamboo subreddit and look up how many people have issues with very basic stuff in 3D printing. Blob of death, or a filament jam, or just like a random error that like anyone else would be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's, you know, whatever. And for them, it's like, oh my God, how do I do this? It's like they don't search. Nobody searches, or like, the machine is not as, it is still a very turnkey machine. Don't get me wrong. They are very turnkey as far as the 3D printer goes. The problem is 3D printing is not a turnkey thing yet. It's like CNC. You still need to know stuff. You still need to go in there and tweak stuff and adjust stuff and fiddle. Not as much as some other machines, but you still have to. This printer had an AMS. You know what? AMSs are overhyped in my opinion. You know what I would rather see? You know what I would rather see, honestly, instead of AMSs? Just filament rollover. Just have a Y splitter with like 2 little feeders that can automatically feed from each. I would much rather see that in more machines than AMS systems. Like, multicolor, in my opinion, is very subjective. So, I hated Bamboo for stealing all the great ideas from everyone. No, they're smart. They realized the at-home 3D printing market had stagnated, because most commercial machines were just V-wheel bed flinger clones. And there were a few machines that were pushing the limit, but for the most part, it was, they did what DJI did to drones. They saw a market that was growing, that didn't have like a dominant, easily accessible way in, and they created that. So, what do you think of pellet 3D printers? Firmly not a home thing. Pellet printers are very much an industrial, commercial thing, or somebody who really wants to do it at home, but because it's not within the scope of an at-home 3D printer. There's the moment you have to design your printer to use a pellet extruder, you're pretty much forcing yourself to build a large format machine, and large format machines are not something everyone needs. They're niche. People are now implementing multicolor better and cheaper than the MS. Well, I mean, like, I've got my XL there. Like, this printed in 15 hours with 0 waste. You ain't doing that on any multi-material system that's a single nozzle. But that was printed on a $3,500 Prusa XL. Now, how much does that purge filament cost you? You know, I could buy a lot of filament for $3,500. What I can't buy is time. I don't have a time machine. So if I need to print 2 of these in 30 hours, you're only doing it on a machine like that. Like, or you're like me, where I don't run a print farm. I print stuff for personal use. I do the occasional government work, but for the most part, I print stuff for personal use. Okay? I want 1 bender. For me to print 1 bender on an AMS, I've printed a bender before. I have one of these already printed. I printed with an ERCFA. It took like 30-something hours and had 3 times as much weight of the bender as waste that went in the garbage. So if, you know, you're a person who wants to print one-off things in multicolor, you want a tool changer system. Because it's faster, and there's barely, even, here, let me pull out, I don't have my scale out here. But like, here's my Deadpool. Here's the waste from the Deadpool. So here's my Deadpool, okay? 5 colors, multi-material, PLA, stock settings. Here's the waste from it. And you're like, oh, that's a lot of waste. That's hollow. Like, these parts are hollow. Like, yeah, this is probably like 100 grams of filament, probably. I don't have my scale out here. It's inside because I'm calorie counting. So I don't have my scale, I don't think. I don't know where my other scale is either. But either way, this is a fraction of the amount of waste that a bamboo would make, or an enraged rabbit carrot feeder, for example. And it's like, yeah, if you print multiple of the same item as once, you have less waste because the percentage of waste per print is less. But I don't need 20 Tiggers. I only needed 1. So, make waste as a printed object, make it... Okay, but here's the thing. Here is the thing that a lot of people don't realize. It's still waste. Yes, you can use, like, the purge to print another Tigger that's, like, weird random colors. But you're still wasting it. It's like when you purge to infill. Purge to infill is a great thing. Purge to infill still has the same amount of waste. It just, instead of it being a separate block that you throw out in the garbage, the print's just heavier. It's still wasted material. It's like, hey, I printed this with 90% infill. Why? It's a waste. You could have printed this at 5% infill or no infill. It's still waste. It doesn't matter where the waste is. It's still waste. Once it's off the spool and through the hot end, it's garbage. It just sometimes you keep the print on your desk for a bit before you throw it in the garbage. But everything you have ever printed will one day go in the garbage. Why? That print ain't done. What? Scan and fix drive. Let me try saving that again. Pair drive. Yeah, damaged file. Let me try extracting or export G-code. Slice plate, rant, export G-code. Save. Okay, let's try that again. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was corrupted G-code. I'm not going to judge that. There was a pop-up on the screen before I did that, before I hit print. What are you doing? Cancel the print, yes. Print. Popping file. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, let's try this again. The error message, it just said print finished. I'm like, that print ain't finished. It does not list ABS or ASA compatible. Oh, it does. It's compatible. I mean, the hot end will do it. It'll do ABS. It's compatible with ABS ASA. I can get their website to load. Yeah, 280 on the hot end. Yeah, it'll. Where'd that little download thing? Downloads. Yeah. Yeah. So Pro is PLA, PETG, ABS, ASA, PD, blah blah blah. Basically, it's the same. It's just it'll do 280 on the hot end. Yeah, 280 on the hot end. It's just this is enclosed. So this is enclosed. FlashForge is American? No, they're not American. Okay, so now we're doing this again. Hopefully it doesn't conk out. Does ABS prints faster than PLA? Yes, ABS flows a lot better. There's a reason speed benchies are done in ABS. ABS flows a lot better. Why not connect to the Wi-Fi? Because it doesn't have a web UI. And to control the printer over Wi-Fi, you have to use their slicer, which I don't want to bother installing on this machine. So I'm just running it with thumb drives. It's a nozzle situation on this. It is a proprietary nozzle, but it's like it's a toolless change. You push two buttons and you can just pull out the whole hot end assembly and push it back, put a new one in. Can you print standard? Yeah, you only need a hardened nozzle if you're printing abrasive filaments. Standard ABS, you don't need a hardened nozzle. You can use a regular brass nozzle. Still send files. Yeah, but I don't want to install their slicer. And I tried getting standard Orca slicer to talk to it, and it wouldn't. So there's a way to run stock clipper. Yeah, I've already got that. We're gonna do that on another stream, or I might make a video. We'll see. This print was coming out good too. Oh well. That missed the garbage completely. Oh, well. We do it through Orca. We tried. It didn't work. It wouldn't connect. Coming soon. Well, we'll just flash normal clipper on it, and yeah. Nice Vino Verde. Ooh, some wine would be nice. Install the clipper mod. Yeah. I mean, this doesn't purge a lot now that I'm using slice files from Orca. Like, slice files from Orca, it just does a one little purge line in the front and off it goes. So I'm not too concerned there. Where is my package at, UPS? Ooh, it is in Detroit. No, not Detroit. Not Detroit. Can't have shit in Detroit. Do I play? No, I don't play Path of Exile. I don't like that kind of game. Path of Exile, Diablo. Like, I'm not a fan of ARPGs. What I need to find, okay, has anyone played Divinity Original Sin 2? Because, like, I played the crap out of Baldur's Gate, but I'm waiting for the next patch to play it again. But I want to play another, like, I need another game to play. Has anyone played Divinity Original Sin 2? But I haven't. I just haven't played it yet. I know it's their previous game. Make sure to watch Detroit. Watch Dr. Detroit. Doctor who? Dr. Detroit. Detroit Become Human? What? Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I have it. I just haven't played it. Playing Cyberpunk. That's another game I need to play. I haven't played Cyberpunk. I got it when it first came out. I put like 30 hours into it. I never finished the actual like main story. And then I haven't touched it since. And I know the game's like fixed now and it has the expansion and all that. I just haven't bothered. Game backlog is being really backed up, catching up on printer backlog. Outer Wilds. The problem is with Outer Wilds, I watched a playthrough of it, so I already know how that game ends. So I watched the playthrough of Outer Wilds. Fallout London, no. I'll be honest, Fallout doesn't really... Those open world games where you just kind of wander around and stuff happens, I haven't been interested in that kind of game in a while. I honestly think Baldur's Gate 3 broke me when it comes to video games. Where it's like, I'm not a fan of filler anymore. Like, I can't stand a game with filler and bad characters. Like, games that are just filler, I can't anymore. Did I play Witcher 3? I tried. I've tried to play Witcher 3 several times and I couldn't get into it. I don't know why. What have I missed? I don't know. Do you want the whole rundown? The power went out. I got snipped. We're printing, and so far so good with the Adventurer. Although I'm not too happy it's not running normal Clipper. It's running a GIMP version of Clipper. Its combat isn't. I think that's what it is. I think I tried to play Witcher 3 too far after it came out, and the combat got to me. I didn't like the combat. Friday's okay, I live there. Sorry, you're early. I live across the river from you. I feel bad. Red Dead Redemption shoot. Same. I don't. Well, I don't. I've never played Red Dead. Or no, I have Red Dead Redemption, the first one. I don't know. The casual mention. Oh, we talked about it for a bit at the beginning of the stream. I even had an example. So worth it. Yeah, I know. I've heard good things, but I don't know. Those kind of games, I don't really have the desire to play like I used to. It's not a link. Well, did you read it? And where to say where the link would be? Because 250 people have found the link and entered already. 3D printer simulator. You want to know something funny? That is the most downvoted video on my channel. Most of my videos have like anywhere from like a 97 to 99% upload or upvote rating. That video is in the low 80s. That is the most downvoted video on my channel, other than like the bamboo videos, where I'm like, hey, this printer I think doesn't have the best safety. They should fix it. And then I got downvoted to hell for that. The 3D printer simulator video. I have a video on my channel. We played it on a live stream. And then when I was on vacation a couple weeks ago, I turned it into a video to release videos because I wasn't streaming. So I put videos out, and that was one of them. And that's got like an 82% upvote rate. So Warframe, nah. Those games I can't. Like games as a service games I can't stand. The only one that I even liked a little bit was Helldivers. How dare, yes, defend a multi-billion-dollar company. Some people dislike STL and Cradle, 90% their fault. Eh. Any chimps for growing a channel with the current algorithm? If you figure it out, Bryce, let me know. My channel has been extremely I won't say stagnant, but like the problem is I do the videos I want to make. I do videos I enjoy making. I do streams I enjoy making. I won't put out a random stupid top 20 accessories you should buy for 3D printing, because I hate that kind of shit. I don't do that kind of video. I do stuff I like doing. The problem is the stuff I like doing doesn't get the views. I'm lucky that I have a grown enough of an audience that supports the kind of content I do. And I'm a big proponent of quality over quantity. So for, you know, I have a smaller channel that has a more dedicated audience that allows me to do what I do as a job. But like, it is what it is. I don't know. Go look at like what the people that are only in this for the views and the money do and copy them if that's your thing. There's enough of them out there. Just do what MrBeast does. Just don't hire pedophiles. By the way, can we normalize regular adult talk on YouTube instead of like, oh, he committed super cycle. He went down the sewer slide. No, use the proper word. Fuck. Like, come on. Or the doc. Oh god, doc. I'm surprised. I'm surprised he freaking held on as long as he did. The problem is, nobody wants to say anything. Because it's like, well, I don't want to talk bad about this person because, you know, what about my skeletons in the closet? It's funny watching all the people finally turn on MrBeast that have been like, you've been in 20 of his videos, you've seen what he does, like all the stuff that's coming out about all the stuff that's happening behind the scenes at MrBeast Inc. and all the scummy shit and the taking advantage of people, and again, hiring a pedophile. All that stuff is finally coming out, and it's like all these like other content creators that have been involved with MrBeast for all these years. It's like, oh, you had no idea what was going on. You just didn't say anything because you were like, you didn't want to hurt your gravy train. So yeah, more builds. We are doing builds. So yeah, it's finally interesting to see content creators like start calling them out finally for all the stuff. And it's like, even me, for the longest time I was like, yeah, he makes videos. Like, I'm not a huge fan of his current videos. I like the older stuff a little bit more, but it's gone way too overproduced and too, it's made exactly to do what it does, which is get views. So yeah, you know what it is? And I can't remember who said it. I think that Wubby said it. He's the wrong guy with the right money. He is not a good person on camera. And again, you don't become a billionaire by being a nice guy, and Jimmy's a billionaire. But he is not good on camera. He's super awkward on camera. He just has the business sense to grow the business to where it is now. He should not be the host of his own videos. He's not good at it. But he's the one who controls it all, so he gets to be. Like the stuff that's coming out about Weddle and whatnot, where it's like, yeah, if you were on his team and you were like a better person on camera, he would just basically edit you away. So you couldn't show him up, like you couldn't be good on camera, because if you were on camera better than MrBeast, you got, so only worth a mirror. No, he owns MrBeast. The whole, no, he owns the company. Yeah, he doesn't own the sports car. The company owns the sports car that he drives, that he owns the company. Yeah. He hasn't lost 30 million subs. He has not lost. His channel's still growing insane. Because the thing is, kids watch his stuff, and kids don't watch the drama. So. MrBeast has 0 gains. There was a little bit where he was trying to like work out and show it off, and people were like, that's cringe. The quad polar express 3D printer, print with 4 extruders of the same. Is that the one, what's his name? Nathan Build Robot designed? I haven't seen it. Well, I've seen his video on it. That was cool. I lost interest after he stopped donating. You know what's funny? Most of the people he donated to, like, watch any of his like live stuff where he's like, he only gives away to like friends. It's super scummy. They're exploiting views for kids. Oh yeah, he just came out with a line of toys that are basically just gacha toys. Like it's all about buy the thing and win the prize. Like even when they came out with the chocolate, it's like, oh, buy the chocolate, win a golden ticket. You know, like the golden tickets went to content creators. Force upbeat. Yeah, it's Gregory. It's editing. It's all editing. Isn't exploiting kids mostly YouTube? If it is, I'm not doing it right. Let me see here. Pull this up. YouTube Studio. Don't accidentally leak that my channel's been doing shit for the past month. Analytics. Audience. Let's see. Right now. So I don't think this leaks anything that I can. Yeah, I think we're okay. I don't think this has anything that I wouldn't want to get public. Yeah, I think we're okay there. So right now, 35% of my audience is American. 8.2% are the Germans. And then Canada at 5.5. 57% of you are subscribed. That is really high for a YouTube channel. Majority of YouTube channels, this is like 30%. So the fact that the majority of my audience is subscribed tells me two things. One, I have a very dedicated audience that watches my stuff regularly. But two, my channel doesn't get shown to new people that often. So this is a cursed thing to have. It's good that the majority of my audience is subscribed to me, but it's not that good. That means my channel isn't pushed to non-subscribers that often. Majority of people watch me without subtitles. It is totally a sausage fest here. We got 0.7% women. And my biggest audience is 25 to 44. 60% of my audience is 25 to 44. So I have the older audience too. So here's what it is. Yeah, Sanity and Rose, you are like the only two like females here probably. We are in a party of sausage, as I would say. Yeah, most of those stats are only for like people who are logged in. That's printing really good. You're part of the AARP demographic. YouTube is worldwide. Remember, it goes more by language than where you are regionally. Like, yeah, I'm a Canadian on YouTube, but that Canada only has like, well, okay, it's hard to say what our population is now because it's blown up so much in the past few years, and it's all our numbers are inflated. Am I 36? I am 36. Always get a name that can be female, more online support. Well, I'm Canuck creator, which is pretty neutral, but is what it is. I love this printer. I have the 5M with PLA enclosure. Yeah, the base model 5M with like panel slapped on it. It's probably a really good value. 45. Yeah. Well, it's a 3D printing channel. Like, that's one of the reasons I want to try and not just do 3D printing stuff. Am I still printing with the Cocoa Press? I do occasionally. The Cocoa Press does not get regular use. Let's be honest. It's a Cocoa Press. But it'll go like months without being used, and then I'll use it for like a week straight and print a bunch of stuff. And then I go back to not using it because it's like, okay, I've got, you know, a birthday coming up. I'll print a bunch of stuff for that. Or I'm going somewhere and I'll print some stuff for that. Like, the Cocoa Press is not a regular printer I use, but it's nice to have. So it's for the holidays. Yeah, it's for the holidays. Or when I want to make some animals. I can do that. Cocoa Press is expensive to run. There is a reason I always hit up Ellie for all the extra chocolate every time I go to a trade show. Because it's cheaper to just grab it from her at a trade show. You're hot-spotted off your data to watch. Oh, don't do that. You're gonna burn through your data. The house I was at when I was on vacation there like 2 weeks ago or whatever, they had wireless internet. Not like satellite internet, they had wireless internet. So they had like a dish on their house that like pointed at a tower on like the other side of a valley, and that's their internet. It was 5 down, 2 up, and it was spotty. Like, it would just go down. So like, it'd be at night, I'm a night owl, everyone's in bed, and I'm just on my laptop trying to watch like a stream and unwind. And it's like every like 3-4 minutes buffering for like 5-10 seconds because it would go down. So eventually I just gave up and I started hotspotting. It was super annoying. What about the bamboo patent thing? Let them fight. We don't know all the details. Whatever happens, happens. Honestly, my personal opinion, what I think's going on, Stratasys is just trying to get a little bit extra income by trying to get Bamboo to settle some sort of monetarily. They either pay for the rights or just kind of do a settlement. We'll see. Yeah, I get, oh geez. I used to, so I have a business plan because I got it through my work back when I worked at the shop, and I just kind of haven't told them I don't work there anymore for the past couple years. So anyways, it's a business plan. As part of the business plan, I get roaming. So it used to be $8 a day. So when I went to the US for $8 a day, I would just, my normal package would carry over. So I was paying 60 bucks a month. I own my phone, so I'm not paying for the phone. I pay $60 a month, 20 gigs of data, unlimited everything else, okay, within Canada. I go to the US, I pay $8 a day, and my normal plan carries over. Now, it's $14 a day. So when I went to Murph, and then, what was the other one? Where was the other place I went? Open Sauce. I went to Open Sauce and then Murph in the same month. I came back, I had like a $200 something phone bill. So I'm like, I got to figure something else out for roaming. It's like, yeah, I know I can get like an American thing, but it's like, it's super annoying. I'd rather like, yeah, I don't know. I got to figure something out. I mean, technically I can get a work plan on my own. Heck, 200 Canadian. I'm Canadian. Starlink. I'm not going to bring Starlink with me when I go to like Murph. Although I'm going to be in Seattle in like 2 weeks. So, and then Vancouver. Anyone in Vancouver? I need to get a hotel in Vancouver for one night. US SIM card? Yeah, I can get it. Yeah, Mint Mobile. That's what other people have done. They get like a travel SIM card. I probably should do that, but yeah, I have a Pixel 6 and I have no need to upgrade from that. I only upgrade phones when I need to. I have a Pixel 6. I don't need to upgrade. What do I get going to a newer phone? A better camera. That's it. I really don't care. There's no processing power I need. I use my phone for texting, watching YouTube, sitting on Reddit or Twitter, or Discord. That's it. Sheraton, Vancouver. I'm looking for something cheap. So the plan is I'm going, so for those that don't know, I'm going to visit Joel last week of this month. So I'm flying to Seattle, but then I'm going to go up to Vancouver and spend like a day or two in Vancouver and visit a few places there of the computer component dropping variety, and then come back. So the problem is I think I'm going to spend 2 days in Vancouver, and it's like a 3-hour drive between Seattle and Vancouver. So it's like, I don't want to drive up there, spend the day, come back, spend the night in a hotel, come back up. So it's like, I'm just going to find a hotel for the one night or something up there. I got to figure that out still. But yeah. But I got to go into TELUS and be like, hey, I own a business and I travel to the States often. What are the current plans like? I got to look into that. The problem is telecommunications in Canada sucks. It doesn't matter which company, it literally doesn't matter which of the cell phone companies you go with in Canada. It's all the same price because it's a freaking monopoly up here. It's stupid. No collab, just visiting. I do not have enough pull to do a collab with them. Aw, that's cute. Freedom Mobile is pretty great. The problem is Freedom Mobile isn't good if you're outside of any of the major cities. And the problem is I live just outside of a major city. Still hot in there? It's 32 in here right now. I wouldn't say friends. I'm acquaintances with a few people that work there from just happening to be involved in 3D printing and whatnot. What's the XL printing? It's printing a bender. They have a lot of printers. That's what I'm hoping to do. I do want to see if I can film a video there about their setup, and why they went with what they went with. So I might be able to film a video there, but I don't know. It's their turf. That's the thing. Like, you don't want to go to somebody else's house and be like, hey, I'm going to use you for content. You don't do that without like prior approval and whatnot. So like I'm like, hey, can I make a video? And like, yeah, we'll see what we can do and whatnot. But it's like you don't go to like, especially like another content creator, be like, hey, I'm coming over. I'm going to use you for content. You don't do that. Bad juju. Don't do that. A lot of old Prusas. No, they have Prusas. They got Vorons. They got Bamboos. Secret Masters of YouTube, link confirmed. I mean, we're all in a Discord. Like, all content creators that you know of, we're all in a Discord, and all we do is shit talking. That's all we do. All YouTube content creators, there's a certain point you just get invited to the Discord, and all it is just shit posting about our audiences. That's all it is. All it is. All the memes, all the shit posting, that's all it is. Like, all the YouTubers are in there. Everyone. That was sarcasm for those that didn't pick that up. Is it acrylic or frame? No, it's acrylic. It's just an acrylic. I just haven't peeled off the paper on it. Not MrBeast. No. Jimmy, he's not one of the cool kids anymore. Feel like the FlashForge. Honestly, I'll be honest. So far, like, just, you know, I've only done 2 prints on it. They look pretty good. Like that one, it's hard to see because of stupid. You can't really see it because this camera sucks. I'm honestly, it's not crazy loud with the panels on. It seems to be pretty capable. It's direct drive. It's got a camera. It is annoying that it doesn't have Clipper. Honestly, the fact that it doesn't come with the web UI. Like, I'd be okay with, like, at least Creality has a web UI. Yeah, it's butchered. But, like, give us the web UI. Don't block out the web UI. You have it. Why are you removing the web UI? It's part of the system. Just leave it. I don't like that. But if you're okay using their slicer or just doing what I did and just use a thumb drive, because you can still monitor the camera without having the web UI, as we've shown. It's not bad, especially for $299. This is a $499 machine because it's the Pro model, which means it's enclosed and it comes with the camera and some extra fans. But if you only print PLA and PTG, the base model at $299 or even less if you get it on a sale, that ain't bad. Plus, you can just slap some panels on it if you need to print some ABS or just cardboard. Has MrBeast lost that many subscribers? MrBeast. MrBeast. I mean, he's up 9 million subscribers in the past 30 days. That just happens to be 60% less than what he normally gets in the last 60 days. No, he's still doing banger numbers. Like, yeah, he's not down. He's up subscribers. Like there's a million, there's another million, there's another million. Yeah, no, he's going up. It's just they're not growing as much as they used to. I honestly think the video he did where he had a bunch of other YouTubers on doing a shitty competition, that is peak MrBeast, and I don't think he'll ever top that, because that was the Hail Mary. That was the last thing he could do. That is, he has gone open world. So those that don't know, like video games, the last thing you do before your franchise is like you've run out of ideas is you go open world. You have a dog and you go open world. The moment ads for your videos start showing dogs in it and you promote how good the dog is, or you go open world, you've officially run out of ideas. The MrBeast video where he got all the other content creators on and they did challenges, that is it for Jimmy. He has run out of ideas. He's going to start recycling stuff because he can never do a video that baits viewers as much as that video. You get all the famous YouTubers in. So one, your video comes out, everyone goes, oh my God, my favorite content creator's in this Jimmy video. I'm going to watch it. So you watch it. And then that content creator goes back to their YouTube channel. They make a video. Oh, a vlog, my week at Jimmy's house. They put out their video. Then their audience that normally doesn't watch MrBeast videos goes, well, you know what? I'm going to go watch that MrBeast video. See how, you know, how Michael did in it or whatever. And you double dip that way. He will never be able to top that. I don't think he'll ever be, and especially now with all the drama coming out, I think that's about it. I think he's run out of ideas. There's really nothing else he can do that isn't scummy as shit. I think that's about it. I could be completely wrong though. See, how am I doing? Canuck creator. Nero 3D, the Canuck creator. Ooh. This is all public, so you could search this if you wanted to find me. This sucks. This is normally around 1,000. With me traveling as much as I have in the past couple months, this has taken a big hit. This number is always wrong. Like, this is nowhere near accurate at all. But I'm a B-. I'm in the top 1,500 for Canadian YouTubers. Yay. Googling yourself, yeah. B- YouTuber, I'll take it. What are we drinking tonight? Whiskey. So for those that are wondering, as soon as this print ends, we're going to do the giveaway, and then we'll probably end it there. 63,000 to 1 million per month. I wish. I wish. Can we do one more print? No, unfortunately, how can I word this in the nicest way possible? A vast defense has arisen and has been bifurcated. And now the ball is no longer in my court. Or something. It feels like I got kicked in the nuts. It sucks. 3 hours is about all I figured I'd get. I'm actually surprised I lasted this long. That part's supposed to break off? Hopefully it was. Yeah, that part's supposed to break off. Don't have it. Oh no, I have them. They just aren't connected to anything. There you go. Behold, chip clip. Go like that. Put your chippies in there. Put your chippies in there. And you clip it. And it's a chip clip. Unlike Alan Baldwin, he's shooting blanks. That is a... You know what? We both know the stuff we watch, so yeah, that humor aligns, but... Would you say you're testy? Dino Clip version 3.04. How do you have so many versions of this? This came out really nice. Not gonna lie. This filament is really nice. It's a sparkly, shiny filament, so it kind of hides defects. But in terms of chip clippage, print in place chip clip. That's a dinosaur. Actually came out really good. How's that? Oh yeah, that's much better with the artifacting. Yeah, it's much better with the artifacting. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with this. This actually came out really good. I'm actually really impressed. I'm actually really happy with this machine. I'm really happy with this machine. If you are interested in buying a FlashForge 5M, standard or the Pro version, or you just want to know more, there is a link in the description. It is not an affiliate link. It is just a normal standard link. From my understanding, this machine does go on sale on Amazon kind of often. So keep an eye out for that. How much filament do I have left on here? Not a lot. Printing operation not allowed. What are you doing? Are you trying to print again? Turn off. I don't know why it keeps trying to print again after it prints. Okay, what can I print on here? Print the ice cream. I'm just gonna let it print another big file. Let that do its thing. I'm gonna close it up and let it print and close just to see how it prints and closes with PLA. But no, I'm actually, initial impressions on it are very good. We are gonna do the mod to put normal clipper on this. If you hit continue, that means retry. Oh, that's probably why. That's probably why I keep hitting continue. That would do it. Yeah, we'll do the live clipper fiddling with it on a stream probably, or I might make a video. I don't know. I might try and record a video quickly tomorrow, just a yap video, just so I have a video, because I do want to try and have a video a week. I've been pretty good on it so far this year, so I might just do a yapping video tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how I feel, because right now I don't feel too good. So we're probably gonna call it there. Let's do this giveaway. It is 9:02. I will give you till 9:05. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description, enter for your chance. You got like 3 minutes. And then we're going to do the giveaway, and then we're going to end the stream. So. The non-pro has been low as 269. For 269, unless you really needed the print volume, I would take that over a A1 any day. Unless you needed the print volume. Because like a Core XY platform that's, even though it's not enclosed, it's very easy to enclose a platform like that. I think it just has more legs on it, especially if you don't need multicolor. And I don't call it multi-material. Those single nozzle setups are multicolor setups. They're not multi-material. Where is my moral responsibility? I don't know. If you find it, let me know. I mean, you could just take the cardboard box the printer came with and put that on the side for the panels. Because you can print with the door and lid. Yeah, the Pro is nice. The thing is, it's an extra $200. You get a camera, extra fans, and the enclosure. The thing is, in my opinion, the only thing that's really the big thing, the camera is nice, but you can get a camera cheap and just plug it in. It's clipper. As long as they didn't lock that feature out, which hopefully they didn't. Panels are easy to do. It really depends. If you're going to be printing, like, if you're buying it for just one printer, this is the only printer you're going to have in your house, I would go with the Pro version. If I were you, if you're going to go with one printer, I would get the most capable printer you can get. What that means is enclosed. Also, it's going to help with noise and fumes and whatnot. If you're looking to get a fleet of printers, though, at $299, $269 when it's on sale, that would set you up with, get a couple of those, put them on a rack. That's a pretty nice print farm setup. That's a, if you're looking to get in, like, starting your own print farm, A fleet of 5Ms? Now I know why some people have gone with them. 239 right now? That's not bad. 239 US, I'm assuming. They're like, again, I spoke, I'm not going to give away the name, but I know somebody who has a print farm, couple dozen machines that they used to have a mixture of printers, including Bamboo P1s and Creality K series printers. They got rid of everything and just went with FlashForge Adventurer 5Ms, just the base model, because they just needed a fleet of machines that could do PETG and PLA. Open air was fine. They didn't need enclosed printers, and they needed a fleet of machines that were cheap and capable, that had very minimal downtime. And that's what they went with, because that's what they had the best results on, and they were the best bang for the buck. So there you go. That's another thing a lot of people seem to not realize. Maintenance and downtime are huge things for companies. Like, anything that's like cloud reliant, I would pass on. Anything that uses proprietary parts, I would pass on. Anything that has a design that makes something as simple as like swapping out a bed sensor wire take an hour, I would pass on. Like SVO6. SVO6, from my understanding, the first batches were okay. And I've had some people reach out to me that they bought SVO6s more recently that they haven't had the best results with, but it's hard to say. So. PL Poly for print farms. Are you talking about the Magneto? It's still a new machine, and that's a very proprietary machine. It's a nice machine, but it's very proprietary. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Let's do this giveaway, because I need to get some food in me and sit down, because things are bruised that aren't fun being bruised. I can't wait till I get the comments on this video. If you're watching this in the future, leave a comment. I don't care what you leave a comment about, but just leave a comment. File save. Okay. Okay, there's that. Marbles. Where's marbles? There's marbles. Launching marbles. There we go. How about the Kitty Q1 Pro? I haven't used it. You're gonna have to look at somebody else's review on it. I had their previous printers, the X Smart 3 or Plus 3. I don't know, their previous generation of printers. They were okay, but nothing that I would like. The problem was they were good, but the Bamboos were better. That's kind of the problem for a lot of machines. Either you do what somebody else does, just not as good, or you're cheaper than them. This falls in the cheaper than them category, where it does pretty good and it's cheaper than some other options. So that's good. But if your machine isn't better than other options and it's only like a fraction cheaper or the same price, then it's not really worth buying now, is it? So either you have to do what somebody else does better for cheaper, or much better for the same price. Also, a lot of it has to do with, like, I don't know about you, I'm always hesitant to recommend a printer that isn't out yet or has like no market footprint. Like, bless your heart, the people that like drop thousands on like Kickstarter pre-orders for like a Giga, Orange Storm Giga, like the people that pre-ordered and put the 1,000 down for an Orange Storm Giga, you're brave. Because that's not, I would never do that. Especially a first gen product, especially from companies that aren't known for making good stuff. It's like when the people that bought in on the first, apparently now the K1C is a pretty nice printer, and they're coming out with the K2. But the people that went in on the very first K1, you're buying an expensive printer from a company known for just pumping out shitty, cheap clones. Like, I don't know. It's your money, but I would not be that hasty to drop mine. 303. go all the way. Let's go all the way above. Waterfall. Thoughts. Play. So how this works, some of these games are first to the finish, some of these games are closest to the middle. Either way, whoever wins, wins. And we'll get a spool of filament from Polymaker. And the one I say good luck to, if you win, well, you win. That's how it works. So good luck to Wayne. Congratulations, Wayne. Good luck. I believe in you. Oh, it's a waterfall. The Olympics start now. Remember, exclamation mark, row, row, row your boat makes you go faster. You have to type out exactly like that. Remember, exclamation mark, row, row, row your boat. I don't know what all these arrows are for. Dropping balls because you lost yours. I still have them. They're just not connected to anything. At least they're not supposed to be. They're connected to pain. That's what they're connected to right now. Who's in the lead? Oh, it's a waterfall. Or a waterfall whirlpool. Oh, that's the finish line. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Is that a skull? What is that? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know how this works. I have no idea how this works. I love everyone's... Oh. Okay, so do you win if you go in? Oh, it's whoever crosses the finish line first. Oh, that's how it works. Okay, Madeline. Oh, you start circling and then you go through the finish line. Ah, Madeline won. Madeline, Matilda, Madeline. And then you go. Ducky, go down the hole. Oh, here comes the firewall. Come on, Dennis. PF Dennis, come on. You can do it. I believe in you, PF Dennis. You will finish this. I believe in you. You will finish this. Do not fail on me, PF Dennis. I mean, I don't know what the PF stands for. I'm assuming it's your first name. But I believe in you, Dennis. You will do this. You just got to believe in yourself. Or believe in me, who believes in you. You got this, buddy. No, you're dead. Bye, Dennis. Okay, let's call it there. Orgasmic Twinkies. Okay, anyways. Madeline 15, congratulations. Madeline, who came in dead last? Who came in last? Tinkerwell. Okay. Okay. What's with all the tinks and twinks and whatnot? Okay, Madeline, congratulations. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. How to play? Be here when the stream starts. Madeline. How do you spell Madeline? Madeline. There you are. Madeline. 1 of 1. There you are. Okay. So you will get an email from me after the stream ends in a couple minutes here with information on how to collect your filament. Don't twink shame. Hey, buy gamer subs. Use code Canuck. Save 10% off your order. The fun fact is, I see what you guys order from gamer subs. Anime thigh highs are the most commonly ordered flavor. I'm not going to judge my audience. I know what my audience is. Seriously, the most commonly ordered flavor is anime girl thigh highs. Does it taste good? It tastes okay. I'm a really fan of Blowhole Blast. Shy Lily's Blowhole Blast. Pay Money Wubby's Brand Risk. Good is also really good. Yeah. So we're gonna call it there. Initial impressions on the Adventurer 5M. Very good. Very good. There are some nitpicks. The lack of a web UI. It's funny. That's something you judge a printer on now. Where's your web UI? 5 years ago, that wasn't even a thing. But anyways, lack of a web UI and is the biggest takeaway right now, I think. But printingly, it prints pretty good. Initial impressions are pretty good. I'll feed this some ABS in the meantime, make sure I can do that. I think we're really, I think this is a nice machine. And especially for its cost. But again, this isn't a review, initial impressions only. So yeah, that is the Adventurer 5M. If you want to know more about it, link in the video description. Again, it's not an affiliate link, but there are affiliate links in the description. So if you do want to help support the channel, the content I create, things I do, check out those links in the description. Most of them are affiliate links. Don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. Or you can buy some gamer subs with code Canuck, save 10% off your order. For those that donated to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. And lastly, shout out to FlashForge for sending this printer over for testing and evaluation. Initial impressions are good. It's not perfect. There are a few things I would like to see change, namely mostly firmware related to like the web UI and whatnot being not available. What the heck? Come on. You took it out. It was there, and then you took it out. But yeah, so we'll revisit this. I don't know if this will get a proper review video or if we'll just review it on stream again, or we'll do another stream around it, but we'll see. Don't knock it. Gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Anyways, we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna go sit down, take some Tylenol, and put a bag of frozen peas on my lap. And I will see you on Tuesday. Goodbye. Enjoy your weekend. Goodbye. Goodbye. You know, Madeline, just so you're aware, they changed the giveaway form, so it might be a little bit before you give your giveaway, but it'll come out.